To focus on your home. From replacement windows and doors to beautiful kitchens and spa-inspired bathrooms, Callan can help you tackle the projects you've been planning. Don't wait until your calendar fills up this fall. Start your journey today at callcallan.com and click the green button. Callan. Design, build, live.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jen Latta. I've spent my career around athletes, coaches, and people looking for an edge. That's why I was so impressed when I visited Revival in Brookfield. From kickboxing-inspired fitness, Kaiser cutting-edge performance training, yoga, bar, Pilates, and a suite of recovery experiences that include red light therapy, infrared sauna, cold plunge, and contrast therapy, Revival is redefining fitness and wellness all under one roof. Limited Tier 1 memberships are now available while they last. Schedule a tour today at revivalbrookfield.com. Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A good karma sports radio station.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Our very first guest in the history of Wilde Tausch, which will be, I'm sure, a long and distinguished history.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Aaron Rodgers, give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at ESPN Milwaukee.
I'm going to say daily 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
And then what happens?
No, then Tausch kind of bows out.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It is the Monday edition, the last week of training camp. A few more arduous practices, just like they were when Tausch played. We got one today. We got the joint practice with the Cardinals. When I get to bring out my favorite t-shirt, I just hope both teams have fun. On Wednesday, and then that's it. That's all she wrote. Camp is over. Friday is the preseason finale. Sunday is cuts. And then it's on to Minnesota edition. The Brewers played in Williamsport yesterday, right? Not in Iowa. Okay, just wanted to make sure of that. Edition. And what do we make of Trey Smack and his recent run of success? Edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and of course everything you need on the incredible ESPN Wisconsin app, which is A, free, B, fully customizable, and C, can be found both in the Apple and Android app stores. I am Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And I believe we have the Packers Hall of Famer from parts from parts unknown. You have great hands. You should be a hand model. I thought you weren't wearing watches anymore. He is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Hi. Good morning, buddy. Tausch. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Heck of an angle, old T.
Well, I'm going to tell you, our friends at Tito's just helped me out. There's a Bloody Mary bar, and I didn't have anything to rest the camera on. So I want to just thank our friends at Tito's for letting me use this bottle till the golf starts. Yeah, worked out well.
All right. I have to start with this because I was slightly confused yesterday because, first of all, you're not much of a social media maven.
No, I'm not.
You don't spend a lot of time on there. I think it's been a while since you used your buddy Elon's platform. But yesterday you sent us a clip of you emerging from the cornfield of the Field of Dreams field?
Yeah. Yeah, if you build it, they will win.
But the
Absolutely.
Brewers weren't playing there. They were playing at the Little League Stadium complex in Williams.
Yeah, I got confused. I got confused a little bit in that regard, but I also didn't have a Little League field. We were at a friend's house, and they have a great backyard pool, whole thing, and I saw the cornfield. I saw the cornfield, and I saw the sun setting, and I thought, well, the Brewers are playing in a special place. They're having a special season. Let's throw a video together, and it was thrown together, and gotten just rave reviews on it. Rave reviews on that video.
What's your definition of rave?
That's a fair question. I don't know, but I think it hit. The kids would say it hit. I think, right?
Preach. So just to be clear, even though not every cornfield is created equal, you are not in Dyersville, Iowa. There, you are at a friend's in the greater Sun Prairie, Madison, whatever area.
That is correct. Right.
And they have a cornfield, or their neighbors have a cornfield that you borrowed.
I mean,
for
I
your
didn't
video.
bring out the plot lines to see like where their corn.
Well,
but
are they farmers? Your friends?
They are not. No.
Okay, so probably not their corn, but it was great. Churro worthy.
Well, that was the thing.
I don't know what the heck is that about.
I was gonna play on the Miz. Is this video miserable or?
Yeah, you did
Eleanor came up with we should be churrioing it, and I said that's good. Let's figure that out, and then so that was the road we ended up going down. I thought it was
that
clever.
a play on cheer? Just for those who might not know,
like I'm gonna either cheer Chorio or is it miserable? So I'm sure there was some other ones that we didn't think about that were probably better. I thought about Yelly and Uribe, but nothing else hit. This seemed to have hit.
It hit. How many have you? It looks to me like when Jesse at least captured this, you were up to 94 likes.
Not bad.
I don't know what's good. I mean, I never use Insta, so I don't know what's good and what's not. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's bad. I'll ask Jada, who's kind of our
she's the expert,
young cat, that she could help us with that. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate your social media efforts, and I got the reference. I was just confused as to the news peg, if you will, of why you were coming out of a cornfield, but now it makes sense. Jesse, did you watch the Brew Crew in Williamsport and their game against the Bravos?
I caught a decent amount of it last night. I did. Oops, sorry, I don't have Tausch up there. I did listen to the radio broadcast. I was down by my parents last night, so I caught a little bit of the game on TV, and then I listened to Jeff and Lane calling a lot of it from Williamsport. But they're basically like sitting in the crowd in this makeshift stadium that they put together for this game out in Williamsport. So it was kind of cool, like seeing the ESPN broadcast, like right out there with everybody. Jeff and Lane were kind of among the people. It's a really unique setup. I do kind of wish the game was still in Milwaukee in this case because it was such a big game. Like this was to determine the season series, and now it's a tie 3-3 between the Brewers and the Braves, and as both teams are leading their divisions and in the race for the either number 1 or number 2 seeds in the National League, like it could come down to now division tiebreakers. So as cool as the game was, it's awesome. All the fans are the Little Leaguers and their parents. Like it's not open to the general public to go to the game, so it was really like an intimate atmosphere. I think it might be better than the Field of Dreams game because of that and the way that they put this whole thing together. Like I want them to go play the Field of Dreams game. Like it's a sham that they haven't yet, but I think this one's better.
It's a sham?
Yeah.
That seems strong.
The Cubs have played at the Field of Dreams. The Twins have played at the Field of Dreams. The Cardinals and White Sox have played at the Field of Dreams. The Brewers are the next geographically most closest team to play there. And next year they've got the Red Sox going to play there. How the Brewers fans would come out in droves to go to Dubuque and stay over in Dubuque, go up to Dyersville, walk out of the corn like old T on Instagram and watch the Brewers at the Field of Dreams. I can't believe they haven't been picked to play in that game yet. So I'm irritated about that component of things, but this was really cool last night. I just wish the game was in Milwaukee because it had such massive postseason implications potentially in the home stretch of the season.
Tausch, you did not find this to be a sham that the Brewers
No, it's
were
not
not
a
playing
sham. I
in your
mean,
cornfield.
I do wonder, how do you determine who gives up home games? I would think, especially with the Brewers being as good as they've been and revenue being so important, and the fact that you're going to sell out all 3 games against the Braves or come close to it. And that revenue, I'm assuming that all gets made up by Major League Baseball. I don't know. But would it have been better to have a 40,000 raucous fans on a Sunday trying to beat the Braves to clinch that? Because Jesse is right. At some point, that tiebreaker is going to be important, and playing at home is important for a lot of reasons. But you also, I don't know if you're going to get a cooler opportunity. I didn't get a chance to catch a lot of it, but to see the players walk in, meeting the kids, and having that, baseball kicks butt with that. That is a smart marketing move. It's genius. And I think the Brewers should be happy that they're a part of it, not a sham. And I guess Jesse's saying it's a sham that they'll get there. I don't know how long they've been doing the Field of Dreams game, but they'll play there. And I think they would love, to have Miz being down there too. But we went to the game Friday. Miz wasn't even sharp, and he shut him down. One of the best teams in baseball. And I thought with Chris Sale saying all of the things, 20 some odd years he's been in the major leagues, and he's never seen a fastball better than what he's seen with Miz. There's just a lot of positive vibes, and even though the Brewers didn't get it done last night, just kind of in a great spot. And I think has a chance again, like they did last year for a little bit, to take over the sports world, even though Miz was asking on Friday, I guess, where everybody is. And for the beat writers, I'll tell, it's a Packers preseason game. I'm wondering if Miz is like, well, what the heck? But that is the hierarchy of sports in the state of Wisconsin. The Packers are always going to be at the top.
Yeah, you sent that clip to us. I was surprised by that as well. Like, that was a reference to the amount of media that was there, right? So like maybe some of the TV stations were traveling or something like that, right? Like, yes. Because the crowd was great for a 3:10 start, right? Yeah. So I'm curious because I'm seeing some of this in the YouTube comments. Travis in particular, I thought it was stupid to play on a different field for Little League players. Now, to be clear, I mean the field itself is not a. I still want to see them play on a Little League field just to see
with aluminum bats.
Yeah, they did that already. They did that already in Vegas earlier this year.
They did, exactly. Ortiz slipped and fell on a throw that probably cost them the game. I did not see that. What if this game cost them one game for the number 1 seed? I'm wondering, like all of us that think this is cute and quaint and fun, and I did love. I will be honest. I turned it on because they were playing in Williamsport, and I was watching all the little leaguers in the stands, watching the game that they kept showing, and Carl Ravitch on the call. And I wouldn't have tuned in had the game been at AmFam Field. I will confess to that. But to your point, Jesse, less than ideal because it was a home game. Now, that doesn't guarantee you're going to win, right? If the game had been played at AmFam Field, that doesn't guarantee they win the game. But it's really interesting. I did not think in those terms, so I'm glad you brought that up. That's more of a sham than them not playing in Dyersville, Iowa, isn't it?
And there's no way to know when they're putting the schedule together you might have a general idea that the Braves and Brewers are going to be good teams going into a season, but who's to know that the Sunday night game is going to decide whether the teams are tied for the season series or not? It's just the way that it played out, so you can only be so upset about it. It's the nature of the schedule, but it's frustrating that game wasn't at American Family Field because of the implications that it would have had. And as the fan pointed out, like there was a slip for, I think it was Ortiz in the field.
Apparently it was Hamilton, I'm being
Hamilton.
told,
Yeah, I thought
by
it was
Levi and a few others.
I was listening on the radio. I thought it was Hamilton. So the slip in the field could have happened anywhere. Yeah, Contreras hit a deep fly ball in the bottom of the ninth that earlier in the game with some wind blowing out could have won it for the Brewers, and instead didn't. So who knows how it would have played out if it was at home instead of in Williamsport. It was cool. It's awesome for the Brewers to be showcased on that. You could hear on the radio levitt all the kids sitting around Jeff and Lane yelling, "I see Mizorowski! I see Mizorowski!" And Jeff Lever got a funny line. He goes, "Oh, that must be Lane chiming in over there, saying I see Mizorowski." But it was really cool, picking up the ambient sound of all the little league teams, infatuated with a superstar like Miz being out there, and he was playing ping pong against them earlier in the day. It was really.
How's this ping pong game?
Apparently elite. Apparently he is.
Miz's ping pong is elite.
Apparently he is very good, and he gets more nervous playing ping pong than he does pitching in a major league game.
Covers a lot of that table with those arms, I would think. I would think that would be a big advantage. And the 100-mile-an-hour serves also problematic.
A lot of the skill sets that make him a great pitcher probably also make him a good ping pong player, yes.
Well, it's unfortunate that they lost. I still think it's a great tradition, just like our tradition of having Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin as a great partner and sponsor of our long-standing program.
Indeed, and shopping for new windows and doors, it should not include haggling. Pella, they stick to straightforward pricing, honest conversations, helping homeowners find the right fit for their home, not using high-pressure sales tactics when you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the same team that manufactures your windows and doors. Sell them, install them, and service them. Real pricing with premium quality without the game. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Tausch is live from a
Sendix golf outing. We're right down here at the Sendix golf outing right outside of Milwaukee. Beautiful, beautiful day to be out here.
Do they give out the swag bags in the red plastic bags that I love so much?
No, I'm telling you, we just got a swag bag that I think is probably as top-notch as you're going to get. I don't even know what's in it because I was rushed to get up to the show, but it is fully loaded. And it's not like golf tees, and it's the real deal. I'll get you a full picture of it later and send it over.
It's the cornfield. It's the Ty Summers of swag bags. It's the greatest swag bag in history. I just don't know what's in it.
Or Tyler Lancaster.
Or depending upon what you think is the correct answer to that trivia question. All right. We will have more with Tausch from the Sendix golf outing, with me from Green Bay, and Jesse from the Everlight Solar Studios. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
Right now, more than 100,000 children waiting in foster care need our help. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is focused on finding them safe, permanent homes. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Between all the sports talk on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, I want to share something personal with you. When you hear the words estate planning, I know it's easy to think of something that is for later in life. But if you own a home, you have kids, or you simply want to protect the people you love, it is worth having a plan now. That's why I worked with Kirsten Hildebrand and her team at Hildebrand Law Firm. They answered all of my questions and created an estate plan that fit my family's needs. Visit hildebrandlawfirm.net to request your consultation today, or call and tell them Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy sent you.
An uninspired, cookie-cutter trade show booth is unlikely to move the needle.
Picture this: lights, motion, energy, engagement. A space so bold, it stops people mid-step.
That's what the award-winning team at Captivate Exhibits has been delivering for over 30 years.
From high-impact trade show exhibits to immersive lobbies, history walls, and culture-driven interiors, Captivate transforms ordinary square footage into unforgettable brand experiences.
Get started today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
Experience the best of fall golf at Island Resort and Casino. Enjoy late season rounds at Sweetgrass, Sage Run, or the new 9-hole Cedar course. Fall golf rates include tee time starting at just $80 and stay and play packages from $136. Cedar course preview rounds are just $45 and available to book online. Plus, now is the time to plan next year's golf getaway. Submit your 2027 golf package request today at islandresortgolf.com.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, with my brother and business partner, Aaron Brown.
Siding Unlimited has grown into Wisconsin's best local remodeling company and proven by our long list of awards, highlighted by our 5-time Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year Award.
For new siding, windows, roofing, and doors, call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
It was a big win for the Green Bay Packers in preseason game number 2 on Friday, topping the Denver Broncos on the road 33-13. Once again, the story was rookie kicker Trey Smack, who was a perfect 7 for 7 on kicks, including 4 for 4 on field goals, 2 of which were over 50 yards. Smack is the only kicker on the Packers roster this preseason, so he will be the kicker come week 1. But as we know with rookie kickers in Green Bay over the course of the last few seasons, success isn't guaranteed, but this certainly an encouraging sign.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
The journey is over. No more repairs will do. It's time to get that new car just for you. Find that new ride. Drive away in style with a low auto rate that'll make you smile. Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Snap-on IndyCar weekend at the Milwaukee Mile. 2 races, 1 iconic track, twice the action. August 28th through the 30th. This is summer's fastest ticket, so get yours now and hold on tight.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Wilde Tausch with Tausch at the Sendix golf outing. Can't wait to see the contents of that swag.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful day, and I was out on the patio as people are matriculating in. I thought I should probably move inside so that they can enjoy their Tito's, the Bloody Mary bar, and without me screaming about the Trey Smack and the Packers and the Brewers. Give them a little space.
It's such a beautiful day, I thought I should move inside. That's what I heard.
Yeah, the deck is filling up with a bunch of people. I'm not going to take up a table and do all this with the food being out there.
It's a very
thoughtful of you.
Very unselfish move by
selfless.
Old T. Yeah.
Very selfless. Yeah, which
Very
is
good.
kind of my brand, so it's good.
Indeed it is. What is the brand of Trey Smack right now?
Strong. I would think it's never been higher in his time, his limited time here.
Agreed.
You're starting to kind of see why the Packers picked him. And while it's completely justifiable, I think, from a media standpoint and from a fan standpoint, to question drafting a kicker and having that role be, it's a big job that he's going to be having on a team that you think is going to win. So all of it's fine, and I love the way he's handled it. It's been up and down a little bit. He's still, in practice, by all accounts, up and down. But in games, he's been money. He's making his kicks, and his confidence, you can just feel it from kind of his post-game talk. His confidence is sky high. And the team is starting to rally around him. And with Eric and Vince this morning, they played some clips of, just the amount of happiness that you're seeing from his teammates, and they know he's going to be a critical part to what this team is going to need. And he's up to now through 2 preseason games. He's absolutely killing. He's been the MVP of the team. And that's exactly what I think the Packers hope for throughout this preseason. You have him kicking on 2nd and 10. He's making 59-yarders. You got to be excited about his growth and his confidence that comes along with that.
So, Steve, in the ESPN Madison YouTube comments, funny how some reporters get all excited that the kicker is missing field goals in practice, but then when he makes them in exhibition games, they want to withhold judgment on him. No, I agree with everything. I'm sure he's not talking about me. I'm sure he's talking about somebody else. I think it's been great. The dude's 10 for 10. It's awesome. But let's listen to what Cam Achord has to say about what he has seen in these 2 preseason games, since I asked him about it, because he was not panicking when Trey Smack was 8 for 13 at the start of camp. How's he feeling now that he's 10 for 10 in 2 preseason games? Here's Cam Achord.
He's had 2 good games, but they're only 2 games. I'm probably more inclined of, when you're doing good, try to find something, than the other way. He's had 2 good games, which is a credit to him, but it's still a long way to go. Obviously, we're going to get a chance this week to actually kick in the stadium we play in, so that's going to be really good too. But I think anytime you're looking at whether it's positive or negative, you got to be even keel with it and take the good with the good and for what it's worth, but also the bad with the bad and know what you're working for. So I don't try to get too high when it comes to that, especially when reflection. Now, in the moment, you're excited, all that type of stuff. But when you're looking back on it, you're just trying to stay even keel and making progress with it.
You take the good with the good.
Did you see him smirk in the beginning of that?
I
didn't
did.
want to interrupt Cam. I didn't want to interrupt his quote. But he had a little blank-eaten grin, if you know what I'm saying, when he was talking about being 10 for 10 and everything else. And this is coaching 101. Anyone that's coached or played, when guys' confidence is down, you don't bury them. You try and build them back up. And when someone is sky high and everybody's telling you how great you are, it's the old rat poison bit. You don't get in and, build off of that. You make sure that they stay focused and don't start reading your press clippings or your internet memes, whatever it might be. You're always trying to keep guys on an edge because that's where growth happens and that's where your best competition and your best achievements are going to come from. So this is, let's not kid ourselves. Cam Achord is incredibly excited about where Trey Smack is compared to where he was. You don't want to be up there trying to build guys up from the podium. You're trying to get it where you're talking about the positives, but also that's where coaches are at their best, where they can still push and lean on what's happening. So this is the perfect scenario for him. And I think everybody involved in this, if you'd have told him when they drafted him, this is where he's going to be on August 24th, they would have signed up and taken it and ran with it. It would be exactly what they were hoping for.
So what do we do with this then moving forward? Because this is the same team that stopped having the officials signal whether the ball went through the uprights or not. This is also, if we're being fair, this is August versus November and December, right?
Yeah.
This is something that if he follows the track of Ryan Longwell, he's going to become a great kicker because Ryan Longwell was perfect in the preseason when he was a rookie too. And that's a great sign. And then he had his blip in Philly, and then he went on to become the all-time leading scorer. I'm curious, because of the ebbs and flows of kicking, if we're allowed to go, like, we're not the coaches, right? We don't have to have the smirk and say, well, it's just 2 games. But how should fans and reporters, according to Steve, feel about this? Because we have seen the roller coaster before. I pointed this out on Sunday Karma yesterday. Anders Carlson made his first 16 kicks in the regular season in the NFL. And obviously, by the time we got to the postseason and he's missing a field goal in the playoffs, no one was remembering how well Anders Carlson started out. So what is the proper perspective to take this in heading into the preseason finale inside Lambeau?
I think in an ideal world, kicking is like offensive line play. When it's good, you don't talk about it. You don't worry about it. And I think from Trey's case and Cam and everybody that's involved in special teams, I don't want it to be a story. I don't want this. I want it to be like that's expected. I don't need to hear, oh, he's missing this. And now kicking is a zero-sum deal. It's either in or it's not. I would hope that the refs now can come back out and give signals, whether they make kicks or not. That would be a nice turning point for this. But this is exactly what you hope for. And how you want to react to it. Now, a missed kick in practice, if you're down there today and, he snapped one. I'm not as worried about it as I was when it was he's 8 for 16. Now, this is standard operating procedure until otherwise warranted. We don't need to sit and worry. As a player, you want to just be, hey, I can just go do my thing. I don't need all the extra scrutiny and all of the other things. Now, it comes with poor play, but how many times are you scrutinizing solid, good football players? You're not
very often. Right.
Your quarterback, wide
Jordan Morgan right now.
That's exactly like you just want to be, hey, I'm going to go do my job. I'm going to go put my hard hat on. I'm going to go do my job. I'm going to head home, have a heck of a deal. And then if accolades come down the road, great. And I think we're getting to that spot now, even though it's early. And by the way, none of this is going to matter. He misses his first 3 kicks up in Minnesota. You think anybody's going to talk about, oh, but he was great out in Denver. So you're still going to have to continue to prove yourself, but it takes a storyline out of the equation. And as a player, especially a young player trying to develop, you don't want to be a storyline. You want to be a consistent guy that people can count
on. A couple of different things to talk about in the YouTube comments when I come back from going to do part of my job at Matt LaFleur's press conference. Tausch, you mentioned the folks at Tito's helping you out with a handle to put your video stream up against. They're always there to help you with all kinds of things, including your infusions.
Everything. And today is it's going to be a beautiful day. I bet a transfusion might be in the mix, or maybe a vodka lemonade or cranberry. There's going to be a lot of it. The Bloody Mary bar is rolling. And, of course, it's Tito's handmade vodka that is going to be in those drinks because Tito's just makes everything better. Crafted to be savored responsibly. Tito's handmade vodka.
More Wilde Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Mark Tauscher here, and 25 years later, we still climb so they are never forgotten. Join the Green Bay Metro Fire Department and Pierce Manufacturing for the 14th annual 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb, Saturday, September 12th at Lambeau Field. Climb at your own pace while carrying the name and photo of one of the 343 fallen firefighters. It's not about how fast you climb, it's about why you climb. All funds raised benefit the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation. Register or donate at piercemfg.com/climb.
Every homeowner has a list. That roof, those windows, that bathroom you've been meaning to update. If you've been putting off home improvements, you're not alone. At Exterior Pros and Baths, they help homeowners upgrade their homes with beautiful roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and bathrooms built to last. Right now, save up to $3,000 on your next project. Don't wait until a small problem becomes an expensive one. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, The Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. After your round, stop in the clubhouse for food and drinks. Call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com.
You never know when someone you care about might need a place like Curative Care. For more than a century, Curative Care has been helping children, adults, and families across southeast Wisconsin navigate developmental disabilities and find the support they need to thrive. They help families every step of the way, from early childhood through adulthood. They connect parents with resources, provide guidance through challenging times, and create a community where people truly belong. If you know someone who may be looking for answers and support for a loved one with developmental disabilities, visit curative.org. That's curative.org. Do it today.
Calling all High Life lovers, the Champaign of Beers is making history. They're selecting their very first mayor of the Champaign of Beers region. Share your story, throw your hat in the ring, and show us why you love High Life by visiting the Miller Brewery website. Must be 25 plus to sign up, 21 plus to enjoy. Celebrate responsibly.
Calling all skilled sheet metal pros in the Milwaukee area. We need you. Smart 18 is the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers because it offers awesome pay, more job security, and benefits you can't beat. Around here, the total wage package for an experienced journeyman starts at over $91 an hour. That's right, $91 an hour. Build your career by making a smart move today. Learn more at smart18.work.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel here for Events by Design. You want people to actually show up for your community event, charity gala, or nonprofit fundraiser while making a memorable impression on them. Events by Design turns those moments into meaningful experiences that engage your audience and bring your mission to life. They manage everything: designing, planning, production. No stress, no loose ends. Just an experience your guests remember, exponentially benefiting your cause. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
Summer's not over yet. We're ready to rock. The Cherry Pie Show, rescheduled from June, is back this Wednesday for Wednesday Night Live, presented by Beatbox. Get ready for a free night of your favorite 80s rock at the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park. Gates open at 6. Music starts at 7.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Jesse Tausch on Wilde Tausch.
Show me, baby, who better for you?
Jason Wilde attending Matt LaFleur's press conference before practice this morning up in Green Bay. Only a couple more of these left for Jason to go down to share his insights and observations as the Packers get back to practice during the training camp schedule. Joint practice coming up on Wednesday. That's going to be the big one with Mike LaFleur's Arizona Cardinals. So excited to hear what the plans are for this week. It sounds, Tausch, like I was listening to the very end. I had Badger Volleyball on Friday night, and I was listening to Wayne and Larry on the way home as the game was wrapping up. And it sounded like even Larrabee was saying, I wouldn't really expect any of the significant starters to be on the field in Green Bay next Friday. This is going to be a lot of the reserves trying to contend and put something on film to get on a practice squad and keep their chances at playing in the NFL alive. It sounds like that's going to be the approach going into this Friday's game. Do you think that would be the right move if that's verified this morning by Matt LaFleur?
Yeah, I mean, I have been saying now for a while that if your main objective is to get guys healthy and you're going to do these joint practices, there's no doubt playing a game is going to be, there's always going to be a risk. There's always going to be a risk with anything, playing football. But no doubt they have a plan, but they executed it really well on Friday night. And now it comes down to when you have a joint practice, you can control the environment. You can control, hey, my quarterback's not going to get hit. We're not going to take guys to the ground. You're looking at it and saying, well, what can we do to get our work in and limit the opportunities that guys can get hurt? And this will do that. So the objective now, you want guys to play. And obviously Matt LaFleur has been crystal clear throughout training camp that he needs to get his team off to a fast start. And getting work in the preseason is important. They've done that. They're going to get a lot of good work in down at Clark Hinkle or the Hudson Center or wherever it's going to end up being. And then when it gets to be the game, they're going to pull back. And you're going to now see the guys that are battling for roster spots going to be getting the lion's share of that work. So at this point, the question I have is, are you going to work the O-line and some of the D-line, or are you pretty set with what you're doing and you want to keep those guys healthy and just let the younger guys battle it out for those last couple of roster spots? I would think you would still want your starting offensive line to get some more work, especially the fact Aaron Banks hasn't been able to do anything. And Steno had said, I think yesterday or earlier, right after the game, they need to see some. They need to see it from Aaron Banks to feel good about moving forward with this season. But the Jordan Loves, the Christian Watsons, those guys, I don't think there's any circumstance where you should be seeing them play Friday night against the Arizona Cardinals.
I would think that's the same case as well. We'll find out if Jason gets any answers from Matt LaFleur, who is meeting with the media up in Green Bay right now when he returns to the show coming up in the next segment. I want to go back to talking baseball for a minute. We led the show with your very well-produced social media post on Instagram, emerging from the cornfield in the spirit of the Brewers playing in the Little League Classic in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. The Brewers do enter play today with a record of 81-50. They were the fastest team to 80 wins in Major League Baseball this year, and they have the second largest division lead in baseball, waking up today 6 games up on the Chicago Cubs atop the National League Central Division standings. Tausch, you were at the game on Friday afternoon, Miz versus Sale. BA and Rock on the TV call said it kind of had a postseason feel with a 3:10 first pitch, and then the quick turnaround the next day. Like, I thought this was a good dress rehearsal for the team for what is a very likely potential NLDS matchup, and they handled both well. They won both games. They outpitched the Braves. Timely hitting came into play. What stood out to you as a fan in the building on Friday afternoon?
Just how good Miz is. Miz wasn't even sharp on Friday. He was having a hard time locating, his heater, and he found a way to get guys out with some of his other stuff. It wasn't the dominant, like, oh my God, this guy is throwing seeds, nobody can touch him. He found a way to get guys out in circumstances where he didn't have his best stuff, and I thought that was very promising. This team they have the instincts and they have the guts and the character that you're always looking for in teams. They've built it the right way, and Pat Murphy has completely, whether it's through his motivation or how he handles his business, this team just buys into it. And you see all of that. Now, is there a stretch where things could get rough yet? You certainly just feel like this team has answers to the problems that come up. And the question I'm going to have is, in that back end of the bullpen, McGill obviously has been absolutely fire. Matter of fact, we were trying to get out of there a little early because we had another function to get to. And McGill closed up shop so quick, you couldn't even do it. Sarah just does long goodbyes. She couldn't get out of there. And McGill got out, I think, 6 or 7 pitches to close the game out. So there's just a lot of things to be incredibly positive about. And I think, for whatever reason now, though, it is going to come down to postseason baseball. And this team is built the right way. But I would say the lack of power and the lack of, I think are we last in the National League in home runs? If we're not, we're close. And I always worry when it gets to be that postseason, you're facing all those big-time pitchers. Can you string stuff together in a short series, or do you need the home run and the bombs? And that is going to be a question that we're still going to have to answer. But this team is they're just a lot of fun to watch. and I would say enjoy these next 6 weeks of baseball in the regular season and get down to AmFam Field as much as you can, because it is a great environment and a lot of fun to be at.
I messed something up.
Okay.
I just got a text from our friend Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio.
All right.
He's hosting First Take tomorrow. We were supposed to have him on right now.
Why didn't you call him?
I totally forgot.
Well, why don't we go to break? Is he going to be available?
I'm texting him right now. If we break real quick, I'll call him right now. It's totally my mistake. I completely forgot we made these plans last week for him to be on right now. So that's not going to go over well. Yeah. Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio is scheduled to appear coming up next.
Well, that's a great job. And you know what? Evan is going through a lot of stages in life. He's going from being a radio guy to being a TV star. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. And I know for myself, I am a proud member of UW Credit Union. A lot of great perks, early payday, all the things that we always hear about. But that app, you get on that mobile app and you can check everything. It's so easy and simple to do. I could not recommend it more. UW Credit Union is everywhere. I'm sure they were down over the volleyball down in Milwaukee. UW Credit Union has branches all throughout the state of Wisconsin. Join today, uwcu.org. Terms and conditions to apply, insured by NCUA.
Maybe Evan Cohen, maybe Jason Wilde. We'll find out what's going to happen next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
Snap-on IndyCar weekend at the Milwaukee Mile. 2 races, 1 iconic track, twice the action. August 28th through the 30th. This is summer's fastest ticket, so get yours now and hold on tight.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. And while buying a home is a big deal, it certainly doesn't have to be and shouldn't be a stressful experience. At Great Midwest Bank, we combine competitive rates, fast pre-approvals, and honest advice from knowledgeable loan officers to help you every step of the way through your home buying or building journey. For 90 years, our customers have been part of the GMB family. Experience a state of tranquility at GreatMidwestBank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
If there's anything I've learned about playing football in the trenches, it's that confidence is built through scheme and details. It's not much different with your money. If you lack confidence, take some time to sit with Annex Wealth Management and walk through your plan. Annex helps you think of more than investments. Their team considers things like retirement, taxes, even that company stock you have but don't know what to do with. Looking to build confidence with your money? Well, give Annex Wealth a call or visit AnnexWealth.com.
Brian Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I to the pros, I've always respected people who put in the work. And Labor Day is about exactly that. From August 19th through September 8th, get 40% off all Iron Jock gear with a minimum purchase of $50 using code ESPN40. Excludes clearance and gift cards. Our gear is moisture-wicking, anti-static, built with 4-way stretch, and powered by silver ion technology to help eliminate odor-causing bacteria. Iron Jock, built on performance, built to last, built in Wisconsin. Shop the Labor Day sale now at ironjock.com.
ESPN fans, it's Gabe Neitzel here, and I want to introduce you to Jens Family Chiropractic. Whether you're putting in long days on the job, coaching the kids, spending weekends on the golf course, or just trying to stay active, your body takes on a lot. And if back pain, neck pain, headaches, or sciatica have become a part of your routine, Jens Family Chiropractic believes it's worth finding out why. Their focus is identifying the cause of the problem, not just covering up symptoms. Learn more and check out their new patient special at jensfamilychiropractic.com. That's jensfamilychiropractic.com.
Selling your home is more than putting a sign in the yard. It's about having the right team beside you. I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams. We help relieve unnecessary stress with our team's expert listing process, strong negotiation skills, and fast, clear communication. Our white glove service experience is provided at every price point and every step of the way. Start your home journey today by searching online, Tony Wendorf. Tony Wendorf & Associates, a real estate team driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, with my brother and business partner, Aaron Brown.
Siding Unlimited has grown into Wisconsin's best local remodeling company and proven by our long list of awards, highlighted by our 5-time Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year Award.
For new siding, windows, roofing, and doors, call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Want to feel like yourself again? Milwaukee Weight Loss helps people lose 20 to 40 pounds naturally in about 60 days without injections or crazy workouts. Get $200 off through August 31st. Schedule your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary. You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855 Pella WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Matt LaFleur has spoken a lot about his brother coming to town, which you know I love a good story like that. But some other interesting tidbits from a football perspective. We'll get to those after Tausch tells us. Now, if you're at the Sendix Open and you're in the greater Milwaukee area, are you going to swing by MoMA while you're down there to get a treatment in?
I should. We're golfing all day today. It's a golf outing.
You're going to need one tomorrow.
Probably will need it tomorrow, and I'll tell you, I went over there on Monday after a long hiking trip out in West Virginia. A little stiff. The knee was starting to stiffen up again. I hadn't been down there in a little bit. Man, I felt great all week, and I can give my friends at MoMA, the Midwest Orthopedic and Musculoskeletal Alliance, a lot of credit for that. MoMA, they bring together the orthopedic physicians, pain management specialists, clinics, and affiliated services that have delivered award-winning orthopedic and pain care across the greater Milwaukee area for decades, and they're now working together under one name. Learn more, schedule an appointment, visit MoMaMKE.com. That's MoMaMKE.com, and let them get you back to your game.
Matt LaFleur started a couple minutes early, which he never does. So I got in there a little bit tardy, but I got a few questions in. But interestingly enough, to your point about Trey Smack, unless someone asked amid the questions about his brother coming to town and the joint practice that's coming up between the Packers and the Cardinals, Trey Smack wasn't even a topic of conversation.
And that is exactly what they're hoping for.
Right. Exactly what you were saying before I departed. So, obviously Matt LaFleur talked about him after the game in Denver, but there's not much to say. He hasn't missed in games. And now they'll go into Lambeau Field where, I will admit to one thing. I kind of poked fun at Cam Achord a little bit for this whole idea that, we don't really care if the ball goes through the uprights in practice. We just care about what kind of contact he's making, which felt to me a little bit like the not showing whether they made or missed the field goal. Yeah. But he said in game, if you look at what he's done in the games, first of all, they have shown that he made them all. And second of all, he has not missed. So he was not a topic of conversation, but I wanted to get to something, and we'll get to more in the 10 o'clock hour. But I thought this was an interesting point in the YouTube conversation. And I have to admit that I have been a little bit, I don't want to say dismissive, but I don't think you go out and get Tyrod Taylor to then go with Kyle McCord as your backup. But Kyle McCord has had a better camp than I think anybody expected from him. And Roberto, in the YouTube comments on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channel, backup needs to have high-end talent to give the team a chance to win. Willis was raw, but we all saw his elite athleticism. McCord has a great arm, could give them a chance if Love is out a week. Look, I've been really impressed with Kyle McCord. I was just asking LaFleur, too, about the fact that because he's played well as the number 3 quarterback, which is certainly not always the case with number 3 quarterbacks in preseason, he has given guys like Michael Sturdivant, and Shepard and Naor a chance at wide receiver because they actually have a competent guy throwing the ball to them in the second half of preseason games. But Tausch, I got to disagree with Roberto. Like, I like Kyle McCord as the number 2 quarterback in 2027. I think in 2026, with what they have at stake, that would be a risky Matt Hasselbeck-style call to make to go to him in 2026. Tell me why I'm wrong.
How many years did the Green Bay Packers sign, and how much money with Tyrod Taylor?
I will fact check that while you consider my question.
Yeah, I think we always expect and hope because we see guys play well in the preseason, and we just say, "Oh, it'll be cheaper. He's going to be this guy that we'll be able to build, and then we'll be able to, like a Matt Hasselbeck or Aaron Brooks, and we'll be able to trade him for his 3rd or 4th round pick after he gives us 2 or 3 great years of cheap backup play. That's great. And when you have Favre or you have Rodgers, you don't really need it. You can get away with it. Jordan Love has missed some time, and if it's not for Malik Willis, I'm not sure where if this organization looks the same.
Right.
You don't make the playoffs. You're not. Matt LaFleur to make the playoffs last year. He ain't keeping his job. So when you factor all of that in, I think you realize how important that spot is. Tyrod Taylor has been a really good pro for a long time. And I know everybody gets excited about what they see in August and what they get, but I'm not banking on any of that. Not when you have a team that you think is championship caliber. So until that comes into play, Tyrod Taylor is going to be my backup. And then the tough decision you're going to have to make on McCord, and we had this last week, and I think we always get so caught up. Oh, my God, we can't lose this guy, Joe Callahan. Oh, we can't lose him. And then there's cases where it's Taysom Hill, and you're like, well, it would have been nice to keep him. He's a nice little trinket for 3rd and short and 4th and short. And we overvalue sometimes because we watch. There's a lot of teams that probably feel the same way. Oh, my God, we have this 3rd guy. And in a league where I believe now you need to be very cautious about keeping a 3rd quarterback in comparison to some of the other roster spots, you also don't want to give up on a guy that you feel is really talented. So the Packers are going to have a tough call to make. Tyrod Taylor is going to be your backup quarterback, people. Whoever said that in the YouTube channel, he's going to be your backup quarterback.
I would agree.
Then the question is, do you feel like you can hold McCord and keep him on the practice squad? More than likely, the answer is going to be yes. But then you also have to look at how you want to approach this 3rd preseason game, because in the old days, you'd stash people. We're not going to play him because we don't want to show any more film, because now everything's available. It's going to be a whole different animal. And if he goes out and balls out against the Arizona Cardinals, you know what might happen? Mike LaFleur might be looking at it and saying, boy, this kid's really good. And Matt and my brother's telling me how great he is. Hey, let's bring him in to be one of our guys. Or Jeff Hafley could look at it and say, or where is Tua at right now? Is he with Tennessee?
Atlanta?
You're telling me Atlanta's so that's that risky play you make. But I think anyone acting as if is there anyone over at Lambeau talking about the potential of Tyrod Taylor not being the backup? I would think nobody has said that, and I don't think that's even in play. The question mark is going to be, is he going to be a rostered guy or a practice squad guy?
To your point, a couple things. First of all, Tyrod Taylor's contract, he signed a 1-year deal worth $2.85 million with a $700,000 signing bonus. I don't think they're going to eat $700,000, but they ate $1 million from their kicker So
Hey,
I guess
Jason,
I can never say never.
The concept of these guys eating money, like it used to be, if you had $3 million in dead cap, people would freak out. Those days are gone. Russell Wilson, you can go through a litany of
Aaron
Rodgers.
Right.
The Green Bay Packers will, if they don't believe it's the right fit and they think something is a better option, unless it's gargantuan, the Green Bay Packers will say, you know what? This is what we need to do to make this football team better. We'll eat. $700,000 used to be popcorn money. I don't know what's below popcorn money now, but in a cap that's $200 and whatever million, it is popcorn money in the grand scheme of things to how they're running their organization.
Yeah, but I would also say, again, I'm not a quarterback guru, but I think Tyrod Taylor's had a solid camp. Like, if he was out there and he looked terrible, then maybe this conversation might be different. But I think he has looked good. To your point about cutting guys and exposing them to the waiver wire, Goody talked about that last week, and he said what we always say, the idea that this guy might get picked up, we always value these players more than what the other 31 teams might.
Well,
but
is that true though? If you cut somebody and the other team picks him up, they value him higher than you do.
When you're thinking that, oh my God, we can't cut this guy because somebody will claim him, even though we don't necessarily want to use that roster spot on him. The problem is at quarterback, it's a little bit different, right? And and his other point is that the teams that are looking to claim your players, all they have to work with are the 3 preseason games. So to your point, do you play Tyrod Taylor a little bit longer so you don't have Kyle McCord out there? Because you're right, they don't want Kyle McCord on the 53. They don't. It doesn't matter what his name is. They want 2 quarterbacks on the 53 and their developmental quarterback on the practice squad.
Yeah, I don't want to act and say, well, we value everybody more than they do. Well, no, if you value them to that degree, you're not going to cut them. Like that's just the reality. Now there's roster spots and you have to manage things. And there's also ways of, hey, we will pay you more to keep you on the practice squad because we believe in you. And then you make that decision a little bit more difficult. But we've seen it. And I do think if McCord is playing as well, and he obviously played well, if he plays really well again this weekend, I think it will make that decision a lot more difficult for Goody if he believes that this kid can be something down the road, and they can hope that he becomes the backup and you can let Tyrod Taylor go next year. Because I don't think the Packers want to be paying $8-10 million a year when they're going to be paying Tucker Kraft big dollars and they have other players that they need. You have to manage that, and that's part of that cap management.
Yeah, I would not. I would think that they would be nervous about cutting him. But I will be surprised if they say we can't risk it and we're going to keep him on our 53.
And what about the wideouts right now? We'll get to that next. I'm curious where you're at with the wideout talk, because you just mentioned some guys that I'm sure same type of thing. Well, we value them. We value them. You can't keep 8 wideouts.
You can't.
Can't do it.
And that would be a position, unlike quarterback, that maybe good players that you want to keep on your practice squad are more likely to find their way through waivers and back to you. We'll talk about that coming up in the 10 o'clock hour after Tausch tells us about American Family Insurance and our great partnership with them.
Well, I'm going to Outdoor Living Unlimited because I got my shirt on, and it's my golf shirt, and we're having a heck of a time with Eric and Aaron Brown, owners and brothers of Outdoor Living Unlimited. They were the right guys for us to work with, and we're going to get our project started soon. We finally got all the design and the plan done. We love the fact that their hardworking values, they match up with what we love here. They're locally owned and family owned and locally operated in Wisconsin. Their showroom was awesome to go through. We figured everything out. If you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, or more, Outdoor Living Unlimited is a must. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space.
The 10 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Calling all High Life lovers, the Champaign of Beers is making history. They're selecting their very first mayor of the Champaign of Beers region. Share your story, throw your hat in the ring, and show us why you love High Life by visiting the Miller Brewery website. Must be 25 plus to sign up, 21 plus to enjoy. Celebrate responsibly.
Every day, teachers and support staff step up, give their all, and make a difference for students. It's a great time to say thank you. I'm Peggy Wirtz-Olson, teacher and president of the Wisconsin Education Association Council. We are teaming up with the Badgers to recognize educators who reach, teach, and inspire. Think of an educator who changed your life and tell us their story. Visit weac.org and help us celebrate the professionals who power Wisconsin's public schools.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for buying gas. That's right. You can earn cash back with Upside just for buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside, and just last year, I made nearly $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get cash back? If you like extra cash, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back when you fill your tank. Use promo code LOCAL to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LOCAL for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LOCAL for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
Students learn best when they can put their knowledge into action. JA's Stock Market Challenge teaches high school students how to analyze stocks and how current events impact value. Thanks to RSM, our partner that makes this program possible. It's just one of many ways JA brings learning to life. To learn more, visit wisconsin.ja.org.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into The Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2 right here on 94.5 ESPN.
WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a good karma sports radio station.
Time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Time now for headlines as we predict what will happen on Sunday as the Packers take on the Vikings at Lambeau Field.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
I'm going to do something crazy.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say kissing cousins, Pack Vikes tie.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
He missed it again! And will end this crazy game in a tie. Oh my goodness.
This is Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde Tausch begins now. And it begins, as Tausch pointed out, with a conversation about the wide receivers. We're going to have a conversation about
and Jason, by the way, Brandon Cisse, good to go, it looks like. I saw some tweets. I know everybody was worried because he got banged up in a special teams play. Looks like he's going to practice today to quell everybody's anxiety about that.
Yes, but again, you know, when players always say they're going to be okay, it's more significant when Matt LaFleur gets up there and says he should be fine, he should be good to go, which will be the case today for Brandon Cisse. And by the way, you know, I saw some people get riled up during the game that we were making too much out of it. He's the one constant at corner so far in camp.
Yeah.
Like, Keyshawn Nixon's been busy being punished, quote. Benjamin St. Juice has been in there and then not in there. And Carrington Valentine has hardly practiced. He did not play in the preseason games so far. So, like, Brandon Cisse's health is a pretty important matter. Meanwhile, speaking of health, Josh Jacobs will be limited in all team periods, but he will be out there practicing per Matt LaFleur. So he returned to practice last week. I'm not sure if he did much, if any, team stuff, but he will do team stuff today on a limited basis. I want to get into the wide receivers further, but since I brought up Jacobs, again, here we sit on August 24th, this incident that occurred, this domestic incident that occurred, happened on Memorial Day weekend, and we have almost reached Labor Day weekend, and we still don't know what his situation is. And I've had a few people say, well, look at James Pierce, the edge rusher for the Falcons. He was suspended 8 games. Again, he was formally charged with multiple felonies. He entered a diversion program as part of a plea agreement that will clear him of those charges if he completes the 1-year program. But that is essentially an admission of guilt when you agree to that program. That is not what has happened yet with Josh Jacobs. We still don't know if he's going to be formally charged or not. Right now, he has not been formally charged. So that uncertainty, and with where they're at running back, because I love the Marshawn Lloyd story. I wrote it over the weekend. Marshawn Lloyd had his 11-yard touchdown catch, but we're grading him on a curve, aren't we? Hey, he stayed healthy. Good job. Way to go. I've been guilty of it as much as anybody. Is he good enough to carry the ball 15, 20 times in Minnesota if Josh Jacobs aggravates his groin injury on the opening drive? I don't know. And is Pierre Strong, another South Dakota State alum, going to make this roster as a 4th running back? Is he going to be a practice squad guy that they have active on game day? I don't know that either. So before we get to wide receivers, are you okay with where they're at running back heading into the last preseason game?
No, I don't think it's
me either.
If Josh Jacobs was full tilt going, and I think you can feel better about Marshawn Lloyd. He had a nice play, obviously a touchdown the other night, and he's staying healthy, and he's been able to stack days, and we're seeing where he's at. And if that was the case, I think you'd feel good. But there's a lot of uncertainty with Josh. I don't know how on earth you could suspend somebody when there's no charges. I don't know all of that. I haven't studied the inner workings of all, the legality and all of those things. But I'm more concerned about him being banged up and not being full tilt ready to go. Now, he's got a couple of weeks to get settled in, but he was banged up a lot last year. He is getting older. And I think you feel like their Packers are still kind of banking on him being a bell cow.
Mm-hmm.
And then sprinkling everybody else. I think it would have, and that's why I was gung-ho for them to draft a guy this year and maybe get the future rolling a little bit, and having more of what you're seeing around the NFL is more by committee, riding the hot hand. Somebody's banged up, let the other guy do a little. You're not seeing he's our 3-down bell cow back. You just don't see a ton of those guys anymore. You're seeing more with a 2-headed approach, and I don't think the Packers are in a position to have that. And then when your one bell cow does get banged up, then you're hoping and thinking, and while you can say, Pierre Strong, Marshawn Lloyd, all of those things, maybe, but it's really hard, especially if and it just makes me believe even more that this is going to be a more Jordan Love pass-oriented offense, with the run being more sprinkly than it's been in the past. I think Matt LaFleur is ready to open the hose on this offense and letting it be Jordan Love's operation and maneuvering the running game as best he can.
Right. And look, I am not in any way downplaying what may or may not have happened on Memorial Day weekend. I don't want to get into the weeds of the legal situation. I just want to know when they decide whether they're going to pursue charges or not, and then what that means for his availability. I don't want to talk about all that other stuff. But I would say this, to your point, Tausch, let's say that never happened. I'm still not sure that I would feel super comfortable with where he's at. And he missed 2 weeks of practice, or almost 2 weeks of practice, with the groin injury. He did, and by the way, he also takes a hell of a lot of punishment as a running back. That is his running style. And last year, him not being 100% was certainly a factor in their offensive productivity, because they do rely on him to run the ball. they rely on him to deal with the fact that he does not get a whole lot of yards before contact because of the way their offensive line blocked last year. So you better have some options. And maybe Marshawn Lloyd, who is apparently going to play again this week because he needs the work, maybe he continues to callous himself and he ends up being fine as a number 2. And you've got Chris Brooks, who carried the ball fewer times total last season than Emmanuel Wilson carried in the one game he started when Jacobs didn't play. But again, it'll be interesting to see if that's a place where they're considering some additions at the final cutdown from other teams that release running backs, what their emergency board looks like, etc. All right, I want to get into the wide receivers next because I think this is really interesting, especially with where they kind of find themselves with their depth chart there. I know that I have a Bo Melton bias, but I think he's on this roster. And I am skeptical that they would make a change there and go with some of these guys, even though they've had strong camps. So we'll get into that coming up after Tausch tells us about Jones Dairy Farm. I see you're wearing your hat from your visit.
Tausch, we are not hearing you if you are talking to us here. Hello, Tausch. Nope, we lost him. All right.
Well, I
want to tell us about Potawatomi instead, Jason? That seems like a good thing.
Do you ever feel like you need to get away? Tausch feels like he needs to get away right now from the muting that he's dealing with on his phone. Well, you don't have to go far. All you got to do is go to Milwaukee and go to Potawatomi Casino Hotel. I'll be there on Thursday night for our annual ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Draft at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. But you don't have to go and wager on sports or play the slots. All those things are great, but you can just enjoy a trip down to Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Start with the stay. The biggest hotel rooms in Milwaukee, nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big, and you're just steps away from all the fun stuff happening inside. And if you're hungry, do they have the options? Dream Dance Steakhouse, The Marketplace, Rock and Brews. Now, I got to make a decision on Thursday night because I'm going to go to the fantasy draft and then head back up here to get ready for Friday's game. Do I get my salmon and the scallop potatoes from Rock and Brews to go, or do I try the Ruyi Asian Kitchen, which I haven't eaten at yet? Plus, they've got the Canal Street Cafe and the Cream City Coffee Company. They got food and drink specials happening all the time. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, and a full night out all in one place at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. We'll talk about the wide receiver situation next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance. The Homer Hour with special guests every day from 5 to 6.
That's why I said the toughest part to me for the Packers is that the division is, I think, better than it's been.
The best 60 minutes of your day happens on the Homer Hour.
So the issue is, and I'm working on the T-shirt right now, this season is very simple.
This guy.
Got to win the damn division.
Weekday afternoons from 5 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Snap-on IndyCar weekend at the Milwaukee Mile. 2 races, 1 iconic track, twice the action. August 28th through the 30th. This is summer's fastest ticket, so get yours now and hold on tight.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason.
From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right. And naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Looking to transform your home with stylish furniture and home accessories without breaking the bank? At your local IKEA in Oak Creek, they believe everyone deserves a beautiful and affordable living experience that enhances your everyday life. From comfortable and fashionable sofas and sectionals, to kitchens full of inspiration, to bedrooms designed to help you find your best sleep and relaxation, IKEA's home furnishing combines form and function to fit any lifestyle and budget. Visit IKEA Oak Creek today or explore their collection online at ikea.com/US.
It's a great day for Brewers baseball, and with Brewers checking from Associated Bank, you get a powerful lineup of perks all season. Leading off is express entry with incredible speed. Next up, 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. Sporty stuff. And third, up to 50% off home game tickets. But if you can believe it, there's even more you can score. Because with Brewers checking, you get the strongest lineup in baseball. Only from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
It's Kyle Walsh from ESPN Wisconsin, and my wife and I trusted Paul's Jewelers with our wedding bands because they specialize in creating jewelry for life's biggest moments, and they made the entire process easy from start to finish. Now, there's another reason to stop in. The 7 C's Cafe. It's the perfect blend of the 4 C's of diamonds and Paul's 3 C's of coffee, chocolate, and cookies. Grab a handcrafted mocha made with locally sourced Wisconsin ingredients while you browse the showroom or swing by the 7 C's coffee trailer right outside. Visit Paul's Jewelers in West Dallas and create your masterpiece.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just for you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Wilde Tausch rolls on. Tausch, you tried to tell us about Jones Dairy moments ago. You want to try again?
Yeah, I can always talk about Jones Dairy. Their bacon, their sausage, their ham. They have everything, and they've been family-owned all the way down in Fort Atkinson. You can find all of their products at jonesdairy.com. Find them at all the different great grocery stores, including Sendik's, which we're out here today. Jones Dairy Farm, great family, great Wisconsin business, and I'm proud to be a partner with Jones Dairy.
So Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden, Savion Williams, Sky Moore, right? Goody already told us he's making the team. Bo Melton at 6. I mean, they moved him to corner to make him so he could make the team last year. There is a new special teams coordinator, but it would seem that Bo Melton, who also has made a bunch of plays in practice on offense, that's 6. Any reason to think they would find a way to keep one of these others?
No, I mean I think they're going to be set with 6. Hey, I'm going to wait till this. We're getting some announcements. So why don't you guys
I got you. I got you. So
this is the world's loudest golf course.
At least they're not talking about someone who's battling a terrible disease while you're trying to do the show. So that's a win. So while Tausch waits out the announcements
to a speaker, or like, what? My God.
All balls that are out of bounds will be a 2-stroke penalty. Yeah, that was good stuff. So that's funny now. Golf announcements are funny now. So the three wide receivers that we're really talking about here are J. Michael Sturdivant, the new J. Mike, not to be confused with Jermichael Finley. But he suffered a concussion in the game in Denver. So he won't be practicing today. He's going through the protocol. The other two are guys that spent extended periods last year on the practice squad. Will Shepard, who had the great toe drag on the touchdown pass from Tyrod Taylor. And then Isaiah Nayor, who, Isaiah Nayor looks the part. Like, he is a tall, strong, fast, athletic dude. And he bounced around a little bit in college. Things did not. And he didn't get drafted. But they really liked him last year when they added him. They carried him on the practice squad all offseason. I can't remember. I think they promoted him once or twice as a game day promotion. But those are the three guys we're talking about in terms of if they were to keep 6, 7, and if somehow they would cost, say, Bo Melton the roster spot. They're not going to move on from Savion Williams. He's a 3rd-round pick a year ago. He has not done a ton in practice. He's had some moments, though. But again, you don't draft a guy in the 3rd round to give up on him after 1 year, unless his name is Amari Rodgers. The challenge here, and what I think is going back to our discussion about Kyle McCord and we're worried about him getting claimed. Goody's point was, more often than not, you're more worried about your own guys getting claimed than you actually need to be. And I think that's what Tausch has told us when we've had these conversations about other positions. Now, that might not be the case with number 3 quarterbacks, and there may be risk there that we don't want to underestimate, especially if you really like Kyle McCord. You find a way to keep him. But at these wide receiver spots, I'm guessing that there are plenty of teams throughout the NFL that have their version of Will Shepard, Isaiah Nayor, and J. Michael Sturdivant that they all like too. And they're thinking, oh, well, somebody might claim him. I'm not comparing any of them to the world-famous Torrey Gurley that Tausch always likes to bring up that had a strong camp. The Packers released him. Nobody claimed him. And he ended up catching 1 career NFL pass with the Cleveland Browns. I don't know what the future holds for these 3 guys. I don't know if they will feel the need to keep 7 at wide receiver. It would be a lot different if they still had Romeo Doubs and Dontavian Wicks on their roster. And then you're talking about Bo Melton trying to make the team as the 7th wide receiver, and these guys maybe not even having the opportunity to show what they have. But they have shown some things. And I would say, and this is one way, are the announcements over? Do we have any idea? This is one way.
Longest announcements of all time.
That the NFL is different now versus when Tausch played. And it's because of COVID that they didn't just change or relax the rules of the practice squad. Like, they basically threw them all out. Like, there used to be very specific rules about how many accrued seasons you could have, how many games you had played in the regular season to be even eligible for the practice squad. Now, it's like Jerry Seinfeld doing the thing with the reservations. It doesn't matter. Like, Christian Welch was on the practice squad. Like, you can put pretty much anybody on the practice squad now if they're willing to be there. And so, does that help or hurt your chances? I would say this, with the change in the rules,
It should be good.
that allows you to promote guys as game day practice squad promotions. You basically have a 70-man roster. That's how Goody looks at it. And so if J. Michael Sturdivant or Will Shepard or Isaiah Nayor deserves a 53-man roster spot, but you don't want to devote a 7th spot to a wide receiver, they're probably going to make it through, and you're probably going to have them on the practice squad, and they're probably going to get a chance to be promoted and play in a game or two, even while they're on the practice squad. Tausch, sounds like the announcements are over and you have rejoined us. Were you able to catch a lot of that soliloquy?
I did. I was listening. I couldn't talk, which some would say is a good thing. I don't want to get caught up in because I could kind of tell you were like, well, it'd be nice if we had Tavion Wicks and we had these other guys. We're all sitting there saying that it'd be great to have these roles and everything else. This is where we're at. And now you have to make a good decision.
All right.
I don't know about you. I think this is going pretty well.
Should we just let Tausch go golf? Is that our best move here?
I think that's most likely what we're gonna do here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to tell you about Grubel offices. And Tausch can tell us about Annex Wealth Management at some other point. And I am just going to tell you that David and his team at Grubel offices are constantly involved in all of our favorite charities, all of our favorite events around town, support all of our favorite teams. I mean, they are in the community, legit in the community. But they're also the best in the business if you've been injured, and that's the most important thing. Like, hopefully, I say it to you all the time, and I mean it when I say it. I hope you don't have to call them because I don't want you to get injured in an accident. But if you have been, you need to make sure that you're getting what you deserve, and they will make sure of that. One call, that's all. David Gruber and Grubel offices, 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666. Grubel offices, one call. That's all. That may be all that we get from Tausch. If that's the case, we've got plenty more to talk about, including Jordan Morgan, because nobody's talking about Jordan Morgan at the moment. We'll talk about that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and when it comes to orthopedic care, you want expertise you can trust. That's why I want to personally introduce you to MoMA, the Midwest Orthopedic and Musculoskeletal Alliance. MoMA brings together the orthopedic physicians, pain management specialists, clinics, and affiliated services that have delivered award-winning orthopedic and pain care across Greater Milwaukee for decades, now working together under one name. Learn more or schedule an appointment. Visit MoMaMKE.com. That's MoMaMKE.com, and let them get you back to your game.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Good Karma Sports is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with Good Karma Sports, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmasports.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmasports.com.
Summer's not over yet. We're ready to rock. The Cherry Pie Show, rescheduled from June, is back this Wednesday for Wednesday Night Live, presented by Beatbox. Get ready for a free night of your favorite 80s rock at the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park. Gates open at 6. Music starts at 7.
Surfside iced tea and lemonade plus vodka is your go-to drink this golf season. It's light, refreshing, made with real vodka and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. This spring, look out for the brand new half and half variety pack featuring flavors like raspberry iced tea and lemonade and blackberry iced tea and lemonade. No bubbles, no troubles. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
I'm Sawyer, and I'm Shannon. Together, we're Twin Stunts, the only twin motorcycle freestyle show in the world. We are born and raised in Wisconsin, so we want all our fellow cheeseheads to know that even though we clutch it up, hit 12, and drift in our show, we would never do it on the open road. And there's another thing we would never do on the road. Drive drunk. Drive sober or get pulled over. Together, we can save lives. Learn more at zeroinwisconsin.gov. Wisconsin DOT.
Look around your office. Does it look like 1994 called and wants its lobby back?
Most brands just show up, often amongst outdated decor.
At Captivate Exhibits, ordinary space is the enemy. Beige walls, faded graphics, that motivational poster no one reads.
That's not culture, that's camouflage.
Captivate designs and builds spaces that don't whisper, they speak. They spark conversations, people lean in.
Stop blending in and start captivating today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Until justice stands for all, our lawyers will never rest. More at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Wilde Tausch, minus Tausch, who will enjoy the Sendix golf outing. Despite his best efforts, we appreciate getting what we got from him today. Some great insight. I'm still not sure what's going to happen with Kyle McCord. I understand. I'm reading a lot of your posts in the YouTube comments. I get it. I'm very curious to see if they decide, because this has happened before, where you just don't want to take a chance and expose a guy to the waiver wire and then lose him if you really like him. They didn't have any trouble. They did have that fear many years ago on a couple of guys. I don't know if it was well placed on, say, as Tausch likes to point out, Joe Callahan. That was probably an unrealistic fear. When you look at their roster, though, they don't want to have their third quarterback on the 53 if they can avoid it. So what happens with Kyle McCord remains to be seen. Tausch was talking, and I'm a little bit bummed that we struggled with our connection with him because I wanted to get into this, because he was talking about Trey Smack, Jesse, and the idea that if you're not talking about him, that's a good thing. Well, you know who we haven't been talking about? We haven't been talking about Jordan Morgan. And there's a reason for that. Because he's been really effective. And they're really encouraged by the fact that there's not much to talk about when it comes to Jordan Morgan. Here is Packers offensive coordinator and former offensive line coach Adam Stenavich discussing, what is it? We don't talk about Bruno, right? From Encanto. We don't talk about Bruno. No.
I see what you're doing. Yeah.
We don't talk about Morgan. No. Here's Steno.
Yeah, he's done a nice job. He's kind of just quietly gone in there and anchored down the left side. So he's been good. There's not a whole lot to talk about because he's just gone in there and done his job and stepped up. So I'm very happy with him right now for sure.
And that's a great thing for the coach to say about you, right? Like, there's nothing to say. He's doing his job. If you're an offensive lineman, why are we talking about Aaron Banks? We're not talking about Aaron Banks because he's doing his job. We're talking about Aaron Banks because we're worried about whether he's going to be healthy enough to do his job. Now, Matt LaFleur indicating this morning that he is expected to be out there at practice today. They do not practice tomorrow. I think they have another one of those walkthrough days leading into their joint practice on Wednesday with the Cardinals. But if Aaron Banks is going to be good to go for the opener, he needs work. And we'll see how much he does today. We'll see how much he does against the Cardinals in Wednesday's practice. But Jordan Morgan, and I mean this in the nicest possible way, has largely been a non-story this camp. Right? We've spent way more time talking about Keyshawn Nixon and his punishment of working with the 2s and 3s on occasion and not exclusively with the 1s. We've spent a lot more time talking about what are they doing at guard with Jagger Burton and Jacob Monk and the demotion of Anthony Belton than we are about whether or not Jordan Morgan is a good enough left tackle. Now, Jesse, back to what we were talking about with Trey Smack. Like, it's great that we're not talking about Trey Smack now because he's made 10 field goals in a row in preseason games. It's great that we're not talking about Jordan Morgan because he's playing well. But if he doesn't play well in Minnesota, whether you're the kicker missing kicks or the left tackle allowing 2 sacks, then we're going to talk about him again, and it won't be a good thing.
So I think after Marshawn Lloyd's touchdown catch on Friday night in Denver, and I'm guessing many Packers fans like me, officially entered the mindset, all right, see you in Minnesota. Starters were out there in Denver. Great job. I mean, the Trey Smack 59-yard field goal a little bit later, like that was great. And obviously, like, keep an eye on the couple of different stories, like Cisse going to the sideline, like that was significant. But
no doubt,
for the most part, after seeing the starters in a second preseason game go down the field, score a touchdown, defense came out, I think, on the next drive, and they played well. It was, all right, there we go. That's it. See you in Minnesota. There's nothing more in the preseason that needs to be shown or done or examined before it counts for real. So I think the joint practice against Arizona on Wednesday will probably show a lot of that with the competitive juices flowing. So I'm excited to hear your observations and everything as we have our show Wednesday with that going on and the takeaways I'm sure we'll examine on Thursday as well. But outside of that joint practice with Arizona, there's nothing more in the preseason that's going to show us anything about what the Packers are for 2026 until they take the field in Minnesota on September 13th.
So were you, because look, we know that Joe Thomas delivered his Hall of Fame beef to the Packers, and then he came on our show and talked about his time that he spent with Jordan Morgan, and he said some very nice things. That was in late May, maybe?
To put it lightly, some very nice things.
Yes.
Incredibly complimentary things.
But he also said, as part of that, well, he was blocking managers with bags, right? Not Sendix bags, but like football bags. Well, he's blocking more than that now. He's blocking real opponents in games. He's blocking real pass rushers that are teammates in practice. Yes, were there a couple of instances where Lucas Van Ness got the better of him? Of course. That happened to all great left tackles, including probably Joe Thomas once in a while in training camp when he was trying something new or whatever else. But to Steno's point, the lack of conversation around him has been, I would argue, a pleasant surprise. Because if we had been here in week 3 of training camp talking about Boy, you know who hasn't had a very good camp is Jordan Morgan. I don't know what the heck they'd be doing. Because not only do they need him to play well, but like they don't have a clear backup plan behind him. Is it Belton? Is it John Williams, the rocket scientist / composer of movie music? Like, I don't know what their backup plan was, but had he been healthy but played poorly, they'd have been up a proverbial creek without a paddle at left tackle.
Does it matter what the backup plan is? This like in the old days with Aaron Rodgers where it was like, all right, if he gets hurt, it doesn't really matter who the backup is because clearly the thing is not going to stay on the rails. Like, does it? Obviously, it matters who it's going to be for the sake of the storyline going into a game and everything, but
sure,
is the entire unit going to fall apart if any of the starting five go down with an injury? And is it going to be kind of a free-for-all to figure it out game by game, day by day, if that ends up being the case? Knock on wood. Hope it doesn't.
Yeah, I think most teams, I'm not sure how this happened, but I was on Sunday Karma yesterday, and apparently Greg Scalzo knows way more about the Los Angeles Chargers offensive line than he should. I don't know how that happened. I don't know why that happened. And they obviously lost Tyler Biadasz, former Badger, their new center, to a season-ending knee injury in camp during a joint practice, which I only know that because he's a Badger. But like last year, I know this, they lost both their stud tackles, right? The Chargers did. Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater, I believe. And they were in deep trouble. I would say that most teams, if they lose their starting left tackle, are probably in trouble. So I don't think that's unique to the Packers. But I think what would have been unique is that they finally give a guy who's been wanting to play left tackle since he walked in the door the job, and then he doesn't do well at it. He doesn't succeed after 2 years of playing pretty much everywhere but left tackle. So I think it's been really important that he's had a solid camp and that he has not been a problem because they've had other things to figure out on their offensive line. Yeah, you're right. They're not going to forfeit the remainder of their games if he ends up, having injury issues and they have to play someone else. They're not going to forfeit. But it would affect a lot, the domino effect of figuring out how exactly you're going to slide protections to help whoever has to replace him, etc. That's why it's an important thing that they did not, that he's been good or goodish. But again, how good is he going to be against Brian Flores and that Vikings defense in the opener? Bunch of unscouted looks that they're going to face. To me, that'll be the biggest question mark, is how do they handle all that? Because it's great that we're all excited about the fact that we're not talking about Morgan, but that offensive line is going to be tested in the opener. And I thought there was a good example on Marshawn Lloyd's touchdown catch. If you watch that play back, Zach Allen, who is a really good defensive tackle for the Broncos, Matt LaFleur was just talking about him this morning, that he's one of the best in the league. I mean, he beat Jacob Monk pretty handily, and he was in Jordan Love's lap, and Jordan made a really nice, subtle sidestep, held the ball a tick longer so Marshawn Lloyd could break open. But those are the kind of plays that you get a little nervous about, especially when Jordan Love has missed time in each of the last 2 seasons with various injuries or concussions.
So let me ask you this, Jason, because I put this graphic up every now and then during our commercial break still as we're leading up to the season.
Is it all of the things that you're doing this week? Is that the graphic?
No.
I love that graphic.
That's up on LinkedIn again this morning. Check it out if you're interested. A lot of...
Or have it emailed or texted directly to you.
A lot of people asking to connect with me on LinkedIn after that
I bet they
experience on Friday.
I'm sure.
So I put this one up every now and then. Your list of the most important Packers of 2026 from channel3000.com.
Who's that number 8 guy?
He's not even on the team anymore. Zach Tom, the artist.
Got changed that to Z-Bach.
The artist formerly known as. So, okay, at the time it was Zach Tom when you did this preview at channel3000.com. You have Jordan Morgan at number 5. For those who aren't watching on the video stream, you have Jordan Love number 1, Micah Parsons number 2, Tucker Kraft 3, Christian Watson 4, Jordan Morgan 5. And then to round out the top 10, Edrin Cooper and Javon Bullard 6, Josh Jacobs 7, Zach Tom 8, McKinney and Williams 9, and Devontae Wyatt 10. That's your top 10.
To round out the top 10.
Which is actually 12. Yes, we all understand how you play this game.
Cheater. Yep.
Would you change after 2 preseason games the order of any of these? And since we're talking about Jordan Morgan, would you move him up or down on this list?
I would say the one weird thing about camp is that I still believe Christian Watson is really important to what they do. But if you look at the coverage from any of my colleagues who are tweeting a lot during practice, I don't think you see a ton of, this play by Christian Watson. There were a couple. I know I tweeted 1 or 2 maybe. But, there's not, he has not had this, Bafo training camp. Last year, we were all just buzzing about Matthew Golden. And then his season did not go the way he might have hoped, right? And so I don't think it really matters how great of a camp you have or don't have if you're an established player. It's the other guys that are trying to earn spots that you really got to have some standout moments during practice so you get people's attention. But I don't think I would change that. Again, I don't know what John Williams is other than a composer, not this John Williams, or rocket scientist, which is this John Williams with his degree from Cincinnati. But it would appear that he would be the next option. And I don't know enough about him, right? He redshirted, took basically a medical redshirt last year with his back injury. He was on PUP all year and never played. Well, they like him. They like how smart he is. They like his size, his versatility. It looks like he can play every position. He's played center at different parts in camp. So they seem to be high on him. I think he's going to make this team. But do I want to see him in the opener against Brian Flores' defense? Probably not. So, yeah, I think Jordan Morgan still very much deserves to be 5th on that list. But, again, it's been a good thing that no one spent a whole lot of time talking about what he may or may not have done, because he's just been quietly solid, and clearly Steno, among others, are perfectly fine with that being the case. All right. I want to get to a few other things before I head down to practice. Plus, we've got trivia coming up. A couple of things that Matt LaFleur said about facing his brother. We'll talk about that. That's all still ahead. But don't forget, yes, Associated Bank is the bank of the Packers. I see their signage around Lambeau Field all the time. They were there when the Packers began. And yes, they've also got Badgers checking. They got some really cool stuff coming for Badgers football season. But Associated Bank, since we're in the swing of baseball season and getting into the pennant race part of baseball season, no better time than to sign up now for Brewers checking from Associated Bank. 20% off the Brewers team store so you can get that playoff swag so you're ready for the postseason. Up to 50% off tickets for select games at AmFam Field. Savings on both the Racing Sausages 5K and 10K run and the Brewers Baseball Academy. And what Jesse always takes advantage of so he can tailgate a little bit longer, going through the Associated Bank gate at AmFam Field. So go to associatedbank.com/Brewers to find out more about all the great perks that come with their Brewers checking. More Wilde and Tausch with Jesse and me. Straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Get your final August plans in for Brewers-Rangers Action Friday, August 28th through Sunday the 30th. Starting with the Cole Swindell postgame concert at Country Music Night on Friday, featuring a belt buckle with a special ticket. Then it's Jackson Churio Mania. Get the Churio Bowl giveaway Saturday, courtesy of 620 WTMJ. And get it on the Final Kids Cheer Free Sunday before summer ends. Kids get a Churio hype poster on Sunday, courtesy of Joy. Get tickets for it all at Brewers.com.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen.
I understand how good Jordan Love can be, but we are at a place now where there is no quarterback, I think, that has to produce individual success more than him. I don't even know the team success is necessarily as vital. I feel like with Herbert, it's team success. For some reason, I feel like with Love, it's individual success. Here's what I mean by this. If Justin Herbert has a season where he has 40 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and they don't win a playoff game, we're going to say, well, I've seen that before. Like, I know what that looks like. If Jordan Love, last year he had 23 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, played 15 games, was banged up. Year before that, 15 games, 25 and 11. Year before that, 32 and 11. He's had an excellent start to his career. Nobody's doubting that. But the proclamations of smartest I've been around, best at this, top 10 quarterback, I think we need to see a season from Jordan Love where he just blows us away with how great he is.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code CLEAR to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code CLEAR to borrow up to $10,000. Use code CLEAR to borrow up to $10,000.
As another Wisconsin summer heads into the fourth quarter, what's next on your home to-do list? Mike Wood here from Callan. Maybe the kids are heading back to school. Maybe you're enjoying an empty nest. Either way, now is the perfect time to focus on your home. From replacement windows and doors to beautiful kitchens and spa-inspired bathrooms, Callan can help you tackle the projects you've been planning. Don't wait until your calendar fills up this fall. Start your journey today at callcallan.com and click the green button. Callan. Design, build, live.
Mark Tauscher here, and you know I love a smart play from the pocket. That's why I joined UW Credit Union. With their mobile banking app, I can make smart plays from anywhere. And with rewards checking perks like early payday, I score my money sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and make the smart play by becoming a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855 Pella WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Packers practice underway at Rainitsky Field. A couple of updates from there before we get to something that I was just sent on Twitter, which I haven't said this in a while, but somebody sent me something interesting on Twitter. J. Michael Sturdivant is participating in practice. That's a good sign. He's still working his way through the protocol for concussions, but that's a good sign that he's able to practice because that is part of that process. Meanwhile, Benjamin St. Juste and Colin Oliver, who left the game with injuries on Friday night, are not practicing. But again, Sturdivant getting some work because we were talking about wide receivers earlier is interesting. All right, now Jesse, you're a Disney guy. Are you a Star Wars guy?
Whoa. Wait a minute. Well,
big guy. Big Mickey Mouse guy.
Oh, boy. I do love Mickey Mouse. Yeah, I like Star Wars. I like Star Wars a lot.
So apparently, and I don't wear a lot of NFL fan gear, obviously. But if you were to collaborate Star Wars and the Packers, who would you want to be like your Star Wars character that is on Packers gear? Because this is something that the National Football League, the Disney Corporation, and Champion, which makes a nice hoodie, are collaborating on. And I just had this sent to me.
What?
With Fanatics. Credit to Arden, A-R Delvo, Belbiv Delvo on Twitter. You gotta put your name on there if you want to get props. The Packers character, if you were collaborating with Star Wars, who would you pick as a Star Wars guy?
You would probably want someone who matches the color scheme of green and gold, which narrows your field significantly.
That does not appear to be a consideration.
Okay, so I was going to say Yoda. Yoda would be my guy that I would want because he's wise.
But he's not tough, right? He's kind of like Matt LaFleur.
No, but he's
smart, wise.
Yoda's got some LaFleur to it. Yoda's funnier than LaFleur. I don't know if is LaFleur a funny guy. I don't think so. I would pick Yoda because there's history. He's a legend. There's a lot of similarities, I think, between the Packers franchise and Yoda in the realm of Star Wars. So, yeah, Yoda would be my pick, and clearly that is not correct.
It is not. Again, I don't know. I have not gone through the other teams, but
Luke Skywalker.
Okay, they've got some nice Mickey Mouse socks that you can buy.
Okay.
Those are fun.
Like that.
But the character that this collab is focusing on, and at first I didn't understand what they were doing, and when this person sent me that it was Chewie, I was like, they're bringing back Mark Chimura?
Yeah.
Chewbacca.
Okay, that's a good one.
So you can get a $40 Chewbacca Packers t-shirt.
Well, I mean, Chewie has to get... His name is Chewie. It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewie. If it's
Indeed.
It's too easy.
It is interesting. I will leave it at that. I don't foresee myself purchasing one of these, but if you are a big fan of both Star Wars and the Packers, this is your opportunity to combine them with a Champion Chewbacca Packers t-shirt. I will admit I'm going to go down the rabbit hole because now I'm curious who's the Bears character, who's the Lions character, and who's the Vikings character.
Yeah, Darth Vader has to be the Cowboys, right? Like, that just makes...
I was going to say the Patriots.
Either one. He's got to be one of those two.
I will do some investigative journalism.
Although the Raiders would make sense for Darth Vader.
Yes.
Don't they already have Darth Vader in the stands at those games? That would make sense.
It is what I'm seeing on these T-shirts. All right, I'm sorry. We have actual football stuff I want to get to, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't totally into this.
The Bears got to be the little Ewok guys from Return of the Jedi. They got to be the little those guys.
So
with
again,
spears.
I just want to clarify: the Packers one is a Star Wars character, but Star Wars is under the Disney umbrella. So, for example, the first one that comes up are the Buffalo Bills. And they have the Beast from Beauty and the Beast, but in Bill's colors.
So it's not only Star Wars, it's anybody from the Disney family.
Indeed.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
So, and then what? Who's the Winnie the Pooh?
I don't know. The Raiders are. I'm looking at the Raiders T-shirt now. It is Darth Vader.
Oh, the Raiders got Darth Vader.
We're going to have a little bit of fun with this before I go down to practice and talk about real football. We will do that when we kick off the 11 o'clock hour. After I tell you, we lost Tausch, not permanently, just to go play golf and with some technical issues. But if he were here, he would tell you what I'm going to tell you now, and that is, Brew Crew fans, your dream game day starts at the parking lot patio. Located outside of American Family Field next to the third base gate entrance, parking lot patio is your go-to pregame hangout. Play yard games, grab free giveaways. It's free, it's fun, and it's open to fans of all ages, thanks to American Family Insurance. So stop by before your next Brewers home game. Parking lot patio, presented by American Family Insurance. The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch as I continue to navigate all the different Disney characters in this
Iron
collab.
Man's got to be the Commanders. That the color scheme is there. That's got to be one.
I will look further into this and get you some answers next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Looking for a meaningful way for your business to make an impact? Join La Causa on Thursday, September 17th for the 2026 Guarding Dreams Gala at the Pfister Hotel. This inspiring evening brings together Milwaukee's business and community leaders to support La Causa's Crisis Nursery and Respite Center, helping provide safety, care, and hope for children and families facing crisis. Purchase tickets, explore sponsorship opportunities, donate an auction item, or learn more at lacausa.org/gala.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher for Outdoor Living Unlimited. Well, my wife and I chose Outdoor Living Unlimited to build our outdoor project. And when we met with Aaron and Eric Brown, owners and brothers of Outdoor Living Unlimited, we felt like they were the right guys to work with. We share the same hardworking values, and their showroom is a must-see at 665 Larry Court in Waukesha. If you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, and more, Outdoor Living Unlimited is a must. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space. ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and when it comes to orthopedic care, you want expertise you can trust. That's why I want to personally introduce you to MoMA, the Midwest Orthopedic and Musculoskeletal Alliance. MoMA brings together the orthopedic physicians, pain management specialists, clinics, and affiliated services that have delivered award-winning orthopedic and pain care across greater Milwaukee for decades, now working together under one name. Learn more or schedule an appointment. Visit MoMaMKE.com. That's MoMaMKE.com, and let them get you back to your game.
25 years ago, a generational Bucs team made an unforgettable run.
This is the place to be.
Light It Up, narrated by Jim Paschke, is the new season of the Behind the Bucs podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. This is the oral history of the 2000-2001 Milwaukee Bucs and their run to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Absolute bedlam here at the Bradley Center.
Listen now on Bucs.com/plus, the Bucs app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A good karma sports radio station.
Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Joining us now is the Green Bay Packers' new head coach, Matt LaFleur, on Wilde and Tausch.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Matt LaFleur, Matt Nagy, and Matt Patricia. Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach not named Matt? No, I'm sorry.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach named Matt? Matt Damon, Matt Ryan, somebody else.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
Can you repeat that question?
Sorry.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. I'm going to head down to practice here momentarily, and Jesse's going to play some trivia. But I can't decide whether I think this is awesome or awful. But I am a little bit obsessed with it, and I'm not overly proud of that. So, Jesse, some of these Disney characters, I don't even know who they are. And I feel like we've been to Disney World a lot, especially when the girls were little. I really enjoy Disney. But some of so like the Houston Texans have Jesse from, not you, Jesse.
Yeah.
Jesse from Toy Story with an I.
With an I.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. Like, I guess she's a cowboy. Cowgirl.
Yeah. Cow
but
person.
Like, I'm not sure I understand if that's like, if you're a dude, do you want Jesse with an I on your T-shirt supporting the? Because these are men's. I guess they're
for everybody.
They're unisex,
for
but
everybody.
I'm telling you, I'm looking at the pictures on Fanatics website, and it's a dude wearing the T-shirt.
Well, okay, so now that I thought when you first brought this up, it was just Star Wars characters, and I was like, all right, Chewbacca's
I literally
fun.
said, Jesse, you're a Disney guy.
Well, you did.
Okay.
Star Wars is in there.
Browns
I misunderstood.
have Pluto.
When you first brought it up about the Packers, I misunderstood. Okay. So I'm wondering, of all the Disney characters, why Chewbacca for the Packers? If we were just talking in the scope of Star Wars, I kind of understand, like, he's a lovable character and people love the Packers, and you can, like, there's a merchandise play there if you're just going Star Wars.
Sure.
But there's got to be better, like, cartoony options if you're opening up the entire Disney universe to represent the Packers better than Chewbacca.
So now I don't know my superheroes well, okay? I will be the first to admit that. Disney they have Marvel or they have DC Comics? Marvel, right?
Yeah, so that's the Iron Man, the Hulk.
Okay, so the Vikings have Thor. That makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. Yep.
Right?
Yep.
The Titans have Thanos.
Yeah, Thanos.
I don't know who.
Thanos. I've heard it both ways. Yeah.
You know you haven't.
No.
Just from me now.
Trying to be nice. Yeah.
Because I don't know enough about superheroes.
Thanos. Yeah, he's the Titan. Yeah.
Okay, well, that makes sense. The Browns have Pluto the dog. The dog pound, I guess. Yeah.
They didn't want to give him Goofy.
The Broncos have Maximus the horse. Is Maximus the horse from Hercules, or is that the horse from Tangled?
I never saw Tangled. I did play a song from Tangled for a wedding once, but I never saw the actual movie.
Okay.
Pegasus is the one in Hercules. So
okay, good. The 49ers have Prospector Pete. Isn't he the villain in one of the Toy Stories?
Yeah, but that makes perfect sense.
Well, yeah, but he's a bad guy.
It doesn't
matter. That's like having Gaston.
Thanos is like the ultimate bad guy.
There you go. So I don't know that.
Villains are fair game.
Darth Vader, right?
Well, that's a complicated legacy there, but yeah.
He's a complicated fella. The Giants have Wreck-It Ralph.
Sure, yeah, he's a big fella. Yeah. Giant.
The Patriots have Captain America.
Yep.
Patriots.
A lot of these other ones are very on the nose, which raises even more questions about Chewbacca with the Packers.
The Chiefs have the Big Bad Wolf.
Huh.
The Commanders have Ham from Toy Story because they had the hogs, right? That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the question that I would love to take, like, just texts and YouTube comments on.
Jar Jar Binks.
Like, who do you want? Like, let's say Chewie had been used by someone else, okay? Chewie's not available. The Bears have Baloo. Is that the Jungle Book bear?
Baloo is, I believe, the Jungle Book. Yeah. That's not.
Again,
this is really my.
This is a great test of our knowledge of Disneyana.
My doppelganger here could have been us. The kid from Up.
Oh my God! Which team got stuck with the kid from Up would be great. The New Orleans Saints have Louis, the alligator from Tiana,
the Princess and the
Frog.
Yep. Well, that's like set there. That makes perfect sense.
Correct.
Yeah.
Again, Dr. Doom for the Eagles. Again, you're going to have to help me out on some of these superhero ones. That is not my...
Dr. Doom, well, that's just promoting the movie that's coming out next year. They've been promoting that thing for years.
Okay. The Lions have Simba.
Okay, again, on the
obvious.
I'd prefer Mufasa if I was a Lions fan. Mufasa,
but he does get killed.
Well, I mean, have you watched a Lions game in the last 50 years?
No, they've been okay lately. The Bengals have someone called Shere Khan. He looks like, is he the Jungle Book too?
I think that's a Jungle Book. Jungle Book is a weak spot that's kind of a blind spot for me. I'm not good with the Jungle Book, but I do believe that one. I know Baloo is because he sings that song. It was in all the sing-alongs when I was growing up. And then I think the tiger is like the bad guy in Jungle Book, if I recall correctly.
He sure looks like a good guy. He's drawn like a good guy.
Might be mistaken.
Couple of others before you realize how ridiculous this is and we move forward. The Los Angeles Chargers have Hercules and Pegasus. Not entirely sure why.
Well, they should have Zeus with the lightning. Why would they not have Zeus?
That's a good one. Yeah, good point. Rams.
That's a major miss by the Chargers.
The Rams have Sully from Monsters, Inc.
Okay. They were in that Monsters, Inc. game last year.
You don't seem enthralled with that.
I mean, why? Is he because he's got the horn, so he's kind of like a goat-looking guy? Is that what?
Maybe. The Jets have Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah,
you're on board with that. I would assume.
I would have thought the Jets would have had the Hulk because of the green, but that makes a lot of sense. So Buzz Lightyear has the green, Jets flying around makes a lot of okay. There's an obvious one.
The Cardinals have Iago.
They are just going to Gilbert Gottfried. The Packers should have Frozone from the Incredibles, voiced by Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay,
he's not a major character in the movie. He's like a side character, but he's like the best friend of Mr. Incredible.
And is a cold factor to him?
Yeah, so Mr. Incredible has like the super strength. It's a whole family where they all have superpowers. Frozone is like their godfather and like the best friend of the main character, Mr. Incredible. And yeah, his whole thing is ice, and he's like creates ice ramps and he's flying all around. He freezes things. Frozone should easily be what represents the Packers, not Chewbacca. Chewbacca doesn't make any sense. Chewbacca's awesome. Everybody loves Chewbacca, but I don't understand it at all. What's the tie to the Green Bay Packers in any way?
There's
not even anything. He doesn't look like the Green Bay Packers.
He looks a little bit like Packy. They both have heavy beards.
Is that what they're going for?
I don't know. The Arizona Cardinals with Iago.
Yeah, it's tough. That's a tough break. There's no better bird he could come up with.
Again, I mean, would the bird from like the Lion King be better?
The Cardinals should they should have gone with the car from Car. I forget what the dude's name is. The main character, the car, because it's red at least, and I think they like drive Route 66.
Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen, yeah,
as opposed to Jafar.
Jafar, what's out?
All right, I for those of you that came here to listen to a conversation about football, I sincerely apologize, because this has not been football. But the Dolphins are King Triton.
Yeah, King of the Sea. Do the Falcons have the Millennium Falcon? Because that'd be pretty cool.
Let me get to that for you, because they're divided up by names.
Yeah.
They do the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, it's okay. That's awesome. Good for them.
So you're pleased with that development? At
that's
least.
Great. Yes, good job there.
Baloo, you said, for the Bears. That one,
it's a bear.
Yeah. It's fine. I don't know what you did. I don't know what they did for the Jaguars. I got to do some more scrolling. But you need to get to trivia, and I need to get to practice.
At least, like, Luke Skywalker had a green lightsaber. That would make sense for the Packers. Like, there would be at least some remote tie-in of the colors of the team or the location or the history or anything.
All right, Jesse, I'm going to give you one last chance. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who do you think they have?
That's got to be Captain Jack Sparrow, right? That's got to be.
No.
What?
No.
It's not Johnny Depp?
A different captain.
Captain
Hook.
Sure. Yeah.
So, all right, that has been I enjoyed this. I don't know if you did as fans, and I apologize if you didn't, but this is pretty crazy. Again, the big bad wolf for the Chiefs, I don't know if they wanted to steer clear of, like, Pocahontas, right? That could have been an issue for them. But I don't quite understand the big bad wolf. There's a couple of other ones. The Seahawks have seagulls, which I assume are the Nemo guys that they're, like, avoiding, right? Some of these seem to be stretches. Let's just leave it at that. All right, Jesse, you're going to play some trivia so I can get down to practice. What's the category and what caller would you like?
The Sports Weekend Recap on a Monday is our trivia category today. Wilde Tausch Trivia presented by Cousin Subs. Caller 13, let's do today. Caller 13.
Caller 13 right now, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 13 plays trivia. I will rejoin you from practice. Stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
National Sandwich Month is here, and Cousins Subs is celebrating all month long with exclusive rewards for Cousins Club members. Join Cousins Club today and unlock special offers, bonus points, and extra ways to earn rewards every time you order throughout August. It's our way of helping you get even more from your favorite subs. From classics to grilled-to-order favorites and deli fresh subs, there's always something delicious to discover at Cousins Subs. Celebrate National Sandwich Month with Cousins Club and start earning rewards today. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
At Associated Bank, we thought about speaking like other banks with hoity-toity names like Total Privilege Pay or something. But we don't speak bankish, we speak your language. When we say 2-day early pay, we mean you get paid 2 days early. $50 overdraft grace zone? That's a grace zone of up to $50 if overdrafts happen. And maintenance fee-free account? Well, that speaks for itself. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
If there's anything I've learned about playing football in the trenches, it's that confidence is built through scheme and details. It's not much different with your money. If you lack confidence, take some time to sit with Annex Wealth Management and walk through your plan. Annex helps you think of more than investments. Their team considers things like retirement, taxes, even that company stock you have but don't know what to do with. Looking to build confidence with your money? Well, give Annex Wealth a call or visit annexwealth.com.
Enjoy Ozaukee County's premier golf destination, The Bog in Saukville. Featuring 18 championship holes designed by legendary golfer Arnold Palmer, The Bog offers a golf experience unlike any other for all skill levels. But The Bog is more than just golf. It's the perfect setting for corporate events, weddings, and group outings. Our team brings every detail to life. Play the finest greens of Wisconsin, then enjoy a bite to eat in our restaurant or out on our new patio bar overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy The Bog. $998 buys you a magnificent diamond solitaire engagement ring at Kessler's.
A solid gold mounting shows off a big, beautiful diamond, 3/4 of a carat.
Glitter, twinkle, sparkle.
This is the definitive diamond solitaire engagement ring.
You can choose a round diamond, radiant, marquise, or oval.
3/4 of a carat. Any shape you want.
Any color of gold you want.
A 1-carat solitaire is just $1,498.
Ask to see the Evermore engagement rings at Kessler's.
You're going to be ecstatic about the color, clarity, and cut of your diamond.
Evermore.
Each of these diamonds was lovingly created in the heart of a miniature star.
Your diamond will remain.
Evermore.
Your diamond was born about the time you fell in love.
You will be in love.
Evermore.
Your diamond has been waiting patiently for you to see it, love it, and choose it.
Don't keep it waiting. Come to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Are you starting college, moving to a new apartment, or just looking to create a new vibe in your college living? Make IKEA your first stop for everything you need to create a college space that's all you. Whether you're looking to add color with cozy bedding, organize your dorm with smart storage solutions, or find that perfect sleeper sofa for those weekend visits, IKEA has your college life covered. And verified college students get 15% off when they sign up for IKEA Family. It's free and packed with rewards. So go grab your roommate and head to IKEA Oak Creek or shop online at ikea.us or the IKEA app.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855 Pella WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
It's a dream come true for me. Jason Wilde has gone to the sidelines of Packers practice. Mark Tauscher is out on the golf course with our friends from Sendix. And you know what that means? It's the Jesse Nelson Show on Wilde and Tausch. Only for one segment, I promise you. Only for one segment. Jason will be rejoining us. Packers are back at practice up in Green Bay. Jason's going to share his insights and observations as the Packers practice this morning. The penultimate open practice of training camp 2026. Of course, the big joint practice with the Arizona Cardinals coming up on Wednesday will be the grand finale for Jason hosting the show from the sidelines. Happy to report everything going on for the Green Bay Packers as they get set for kickoff of the 2026 NFL season on September 13th against the Minnesota Vikings, and as they get set to play the Arizona Cardinals in the final preseason game on Friday night at Lambeau Field. While we wait for Jason to get situated, we play Wilde and Tausch Trivia, presented by Cousin Subs.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Cousin Subs. National Sandwich Month is here. Cousins Club members earn exclusive rewards throughout August. Join now by downloading the Cousin Subs app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
We welcome in today's trivia contestant. It is our friend Boomer in Athelstein, up in my neck of the woods up north. If there was anybody who was not going to be disappointed about being on the Jesse Nelson Show edition of Wilde and Tausch Trivia, it would be Boomer. So I'm happy you're the contestant, Boomer. Welcome back to Wilde and Tausch Trivia. How you been?
Doing great, Jesse. And next year, Tausch and Jason should be able to take vacation together, and we'll just have the Jesse Show with Ryan and Owen.
I don't think anyone's going to sign off on that one for us, Boomer. I got to admit, I don't think we're going to get that one. Now, if Jason and Tausch want to take off and then all three of us come up to Athelstein and hang out at our place and go to the meat raffle at Lakeside and whatnot, then we can have a conversation. But
yeah,
okay. I don't think they're going to trust me to holding everything down here on our own. All right, Boomer, let's play trivia. Right. It's presented by Cousin Subs. Chance to win a Cousin Subs gift card at the end of the week. Your category, the Sports Weekend Recap. Question number 1 is this. Which NFL quarterback was booed at home after his lackluster performance in his team's second preseason game over the weekend? Was that Deshaun Watson, Justin Herbert, or they're not saying boo, they're saying Super Bowl?
That would be Watson.
Sure was. That is a crazy deal. And then they named him the starter this morning. I don't know if you saw it. Todd Monken came out this morning, head coach of the Browns. He said Deshaun Watson's going to be our starter. After all this controversy, everybody all weekend long said, how can you possibly name this guy the starting quarterback? Well, he is. Yeah. Cleveland's a mess.
Good luck.
That whole thing is just a mess. Question number 2 for you, Boomer. Which opponent did 6th-ranked Wisconsin Badgers volleyball defeat to earn their first win of the season on Saturday at the AVCA First Serve at Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee? So they played 2 matches. They got run out of the building on Friday night, but then they bounced back and they won on Saturday afternoon. Did Wisconsin win against 3rd-ranked Kentucky, 7th-ranked Louisville, or 8th-ranked Texas A&M?
I believe Louisville.
That is correct. Nicely done. Yeah. Sweeping the 7th-ranked team in the country. And Louisville had swept Texas A&M the night before. A&M's the defending national champion. Great volleyball going on all weekend at Fiserv Forum. I was down there for the Saturday Scramble on ESPN Madison on Saturday morning. Badger volleyball, nice win on Saturday after a rough showing on Friday night. Now they head out to Pittsburgh later this week for another showcase to start the season against 2 top 10 teams. Boomer, 2 for 2 to start the week. Let's see if you can start it perfect with question number 3. The Chicago Cubs led 4-2 with 2 outs and nobody on in the bottom of the 9th on Saturday night and lost the game 3 batters later when which player delivered a walk-off home run for the Seattle Mariners? Was that player Julio Rodriguez, Randy Arozarena, or the big dumper Cal Raleigh?
Oh, man. That one I'm not sure on. I'll go with Rodriguez.
Well, the good news is you still had a 1 in 3 chance to get it right. The bad news is that is not the correct guess. I'm sorry, Boomer. There goes our perfect week. It was Randy Arozarena who began and ended the game with a home run for the Seattle Mariners. Hit a home run. He was the leadoff hitter, hit a leadoff home run for the Mariners in the bottom of the 1st, and then hit a walk-off 2-run blast in the bottom of the 9th inning to win it for Seattle. I was out in the evening. I had to run some errands late Saturday night for some fixing stuff around the house. Got back, walked in, saw there were 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, down 4-2. I was like, dang, Cubs are going to win this one. And then I just got to, wash my hands at the kitchen sink. 3 batters later, boom, game over, Mariners win. That's such a shame for the Cubs. That's just too bad. Boomer, you got 3 of the possible 4 entries for the Cousins Subs gift card in our drawing from the cheese fry helmet that we'll do on Friday by getting 2 of the 3 questions correct. I wish you luck, sir.
Thank you, Jesse. Have a great day. Say hi to Jason. Love you guys.
Appreciate it, Boomer.
I love you guys.
And if Tausch was here, he'd say, let's get that whitewater rafting trip planned up north sometime. Maybe we'll get that done. Boomer and Athelstein, our contestant today on Wilde and Tausch Trivia, which is presented by Cousins Subs. Here ends the Jesse Nelson Show. Of course, if you're looking for more, tonight, the season premiere of the Barry Alvarez Show on ESPN Madison. I host that one, along with Rose Bowl champions Tarek Saleh and Derek Engler, and, of course, the Badgers legend Barry Alvarez. 6 o'clock tonight, season premiere. We're going to talk about the Sean Eichhorst hire, look ahead to Wisconsin, Notre Dame, and you bet I'm going to ask Barry Alvarez, can Wisconsin beat Notre Dame at Lambeau Field? Can't wait to see how that goes. Barry Alvarez Show tonight at 6 on ESPN Madison. Jason Wilde joins us from the sidelines of Packers training camp practice. Next on Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
One of the most important concepts in sports is don't drop the ball. Are you dropping the ball with your estate plan? When was it last updated? Have you even done one at all? It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jason Wilde for Walney Legal Group. There's a lot at stake for you and your family when it comes to wills, trusts, probate, and elder planning. At Walney Legal, that's all they do. Tailored documents. No confusing legal jargon. Just thoughtful guidance. Do the blocking and tackling to protect your family. Start a conversation today at WalneyLegal.com.
Snap-on IndyCar weekend at the Milwaukee Mile isn't just another race. It's twice the action. 2 races, 1 legendary track. Bring the crew, bring the family, or just bring your need for speed. Because this isn't just racing, it's a full-throttle summer event. This is the Milwaukee Mile doing what it does best. Snap-on IndyCar Weekend, August 28th through the 30th. Grab your tickets now and hold on tight.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right. And naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
ESPN Milwaukee fans, it's Gabe Neitzel here, and I want to introduce you to Jens Family Chiropractic. If you're dealing with back pain, neck pain, headaches, or sciatica, Jens Family Chiropractic focuses on finding the cause of the problem, not just helping you manage the symptoms. For nearly 10 years, they've helped Milwaukee area patients find real answers through personalized care and advanced treatment options. Learn more and check out their new patient special at jensfamilychiropractic.com. That's jensfamilychiropractic.com.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
It was a big win for the Green Bay Packers in preseason game number 2 on Friday, topping the Denver Broncos on the road 33-13. Once again, the story was rookie kicker Trey Smack, who was a perfect 7 for 7 on kicks, including 4 for 4 on field goals, 2 of which were over 50 yards. Smack is the only kicker on the Packers roster this preseason, so he will be the kicker come week 1. But as we know with rookie kickers in Green Bay over the course of the last few seasons, success isn't guaranteed, but this certainly an encouraging sign.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
The journey is over. No more repairs will do. It's time to get that new car just for you. Find that new ride. Drive away in style with a low auto rate that'll make you smile. Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Want to feel like yourself again? Milwaukee Weight Loss helps people lose 20 to 40 pounds naturally in about 60 days without injections or crazy workouts. Get $200 off through August 31st. Schedule your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary. You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Packers going through their penultimate open to the fans public practice of training camp. Wednesday, they will have the Arizona Eagles here. I'm told on Twitter, I want to make sure that I give credit where credit is due, that wolf is known as KC Wolf. So that's why the connection is for the Chiefs.
Pretty on the nose then. Oh, didn't they have that wolf guy that got arrested or something recently too? Wasn't that a thing?
I don't know, but it appears that the 49ers owner was arrested over the weekend.
Heard rumblings of that. No. How are the Packers not Elsa? That's even
Frozen, like Frozen Tundra.
I thought Frozone was pretty good from The Incredibles, but Elsa makes a ton of sense. Like not only the Frozen Tundra whole component of things, but also because there's been a couple of playoff games that they let it go in recent memory.
How you were working your way up to that, weren't you?
I was. It's pretty good though.
You're pretty proud of that. That was good, actually. As much as it pains me to say it, you nailed that. A couple of football notes before we fall back into the trap of Disney characters. The Packers offensive line right now, the starters are out there left to right. Jordan Morgan at left tackle. Aaron Banks once again at left guard. So third straight practice, did not play in the game, but third straight practice that he is out there with the ones. Sean Ryan, as expected, at center. Still Jacob Monk at right guard and Zach Bako-Bewele at right tackle as he continues. Meanwhile, with Benjamin St. Juste among those not practicing, if Keyshawn Nixon was not going to get reps with the ones, as some would like to see, he is out there. It is him and Cisse. Cisse, despite leaving the game on Friday night in Denver with a mild knee injury, he is practicing as expected. Again, we mentioned J. Michael Sturdivant, who's one of the young wide receivers who's made an impression in camp, is practicing. He is still going through the concussion protocol. The ones are still out there, but Jagger Burton is now getting some work at left guard, so that is still part of the process. At that position, they're certainly not putting Aaron Banks out there for everything. The defense is getting the better of the offense. Some downfield throws that have been broken up. Nice throw from Love to Matthew Golden. He's back to catching everything like he was last summer, but I think this summer's a lot different for him. Jesse, we still got time. Let's do a little Won't Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde Tausch.
I really wish Tausch was here because I wanted to ask this question of him today and see how he danced around it.
Oh, boy.
So we started the Wisconsin Badgers volleyball season over the weekend at the AVCA First Serve at Fiserv Forum. It's actually, there's 2 more matches still going on today at 5 o'clock and then at 7, including at 7 o'clock, second-ranked Texas against Marquette. So hopefully the fans still come out. It was a great event. They had great festivities going on in the Deer District all around the venue and some high-quality volleyball over the weekend. Friday night, 6th-ranked Wisconsin got run out the gym by 3rd-ranked Kentucky in 3 sets. It was not close. Wisconsin struggled mightily against the team that had beat them in the Final Four last year. And then we weren't sure exactly how they were going to bounce back. There's 11 new players on the team, 9 are freshmen. You're like, all right, could be some experience building here early in the season. They played 7th-ranked Louisville the next afternoon, Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock, and they swept.
And cooked them.
And they swept Louisville the way that Kentucky swept Wisconsin on Friday night. So the question that we actually talked about on Saturday morning on our show, the Saturday Scramble on ESPN Madison, do you believe that Wisconsin football, Jason Wilde, will have a better or worse showing at Lambeau Field against Notre Dame compared to how Wisconsin volleyball started its season with its first 2 matches at Fiserv Forum?
So the Badgers would have to win the second half but still lose the game?
Basically, yeah, whatever the equivalent would be of one match where you get totally destroyed and then a second where you look really good.
All right, first of all, explain to me why they're still playing volleyball. I don't understand. The tournament was a 4-day affair?
It's not a tournament, it's a showcase. Right, so it goes Friday to Monday for the showcase.
But not everyone plays every day.
Correct. Yeah.
But the Badgers played back-to-back days and then they're done.
Yes. So Kentucky played Friday night and Sunday afternoon. Louisville played Friday night and Saturday afternoon. Texas A&M played Friday night and Sunday afternoon. So,
and now today somebody's still playing.
Yeah, Texas played Saturday, and now they're playing again tonight. So everybody gets 2 matches, except for Marquette. Apparently Marquette does not. For a reason, they got 1.
they're just around. They're in town.
And Xavier, for some reason, got called up to play.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the showcase all weekend long.
Yeah, look, I've heard some wise, astute analysts suggest that the Badgers can win against Notre Dame in their matchup at Lambeau Field. I don't agree that they will win, but you never said they will win. You said that they can win. I don't. You never want to put too much into the first game of the season, right? We've seen instances where Packers open the season against the Saints in Jacksonville because of a hurricane, and they played complete garbage, and they still had a good year. I don't want to put too much into it, but it feels like for football, that first game is a big tone setter. It's really important that they come out and at least play well, even if they fall ultimately on the scoreboard. And it doesn't seem to me that the Badgers' volleyball performance against a team that knocked them out of the Final Four, if you have the same type of performance as the Badger football team then does, I don't think anybody's going to be happy, right? If they get Kentucky'd by Notre Dame, that's going to be bad, right?
That would be bad, yes. Getting Kentucky'd would be very bad.
So I'm going to choose to believe that they're going to be more effective and still lose against Notre Dame than Badger volleyball was against Kentucky.
All right, there it is.
Whoa, Nelly! I'm not saying, but I did.
I mentioned this at the end of our trivia segment. The season premiere of the Barry Alvarez show is tonight on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and live at 6 o'clock after Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN.
Yeah. And we're still calling it that?
It is still the Barry Alvarez show.
You did not get the name changed?
No, I put in my request and it was denied. So the show is still the Barry Alvarez show. I will ask Barry Alvarez, does he think Wisconsin can beat Notre Dame at Lambeau Field on Sunday night, September 6th? So don't worry about proposing that. Any other items that you would like me to add to the agenda for the Barry Alvarez show season premiere tonight?
Yeah, I'm curious, when we look at expectations and we look at the schedule and all this other stuff, he's been around the block, right? He doesn't call search consultants, they call him, all that stuff. What exactly does he view as kind of good enough? Obviously, they're going to aim for much better than good enough, but with a new athletic director that did not hire the football coach, what does Luke Fickell's 2026 Badgers team have to do for you to feel good enough about the progress that you feel are headed in the right direction? Because their schedule is going to be more conducive to them having success than their schedule was last year. If their quarterback stays healthy, which has not happened for them with their last 3 transfer quarterbacks. Those are all factors in the disappointments that have been Badger football. I just want to know what he thinks is enough to feel good about where they're trending. And I don't know how he'll answer that, but that's what I would ask him.
That's a great question. I wrote that down just now. Good enough. What is?
And make sure you say, look, we're aiming for better than good enough.
Yeah, of course.
Barry.
Yeah,
I understand that, but
we can't just have him in there saying, we aim for great. We all understand what the goals are, but there's got to be that other metric. That's a great way to frame that. This is why I bring things up like this.
Whoa,
appreciate that.
I try to be as helpful as I can. Looks like we're going to have a red zone period here coming up, maybe.
All right, tell us if anything good happens.
No, we're going the other direction.
No.
All right. I was hoping they were coming toward me. Turns out that they're going away from me. But we've still got a good view, at least early on here in the team drills. All right, one more, Jesse, for your Won't Ellie, if you got one.
My mom and dad and I, we got together with some extended family members yesterday, and when we showed up...
Celebrating George's birthday?
Birthday month, sure.
So that's where you get it from.
When we showed up, the host wasn't there.
What?
We showed up like 15 minutes. We said we would come around like 3 o'clock. We rolled in, pull into the driveway, and they're not there. One of the other guests, the host's sister, was there and said, yeah, come on in. She's a little running behind, so she's picking something up, and she's going to be here. Come on in. But we rang the doorbell. We weren't really sure what to do at first. How would you handle a social situation if you show up for a planned...
How extended is this extended family that was hosting?
I see them like once a year.
Ooh.
My dad sees them a little more frequently than that, but not someone you see all the time or that you talk to like every week.
Okay, that is awkward.
Yeah.
What she was like getting last minute like pretzels and potato chips and dips.
It was a little unclear if she was picking stuff up for the party. She might have been like working up until a certain time. Had like a customer come in for a little business that she runs at the last minute and had to show it like that. So it was a like fluke kind of situation.
It's family, Jesse. You just sort of take the bull by the horns and you start making the party. That's what I think.
That's what I thought.
Which I assume you're the kind of, your personality, you're a take charge kind of guy. Man, I am so nervous about dropping my pencil into this garbage can again.
You could just go stand somewhere else and not stand on the garbage can.
Well, this is the perfect spot. I got a little
garbage can.
It's a little table and I'm away from people. So just like Tausch didn't want to be outside. Well, I mean, apparently the announcements were then inside and outside, which was problematic. But he didn't want to be doing that, and I want to stay down here where I'm out of the way. Plus, I can greet people as they come in through the door.
Is Kermit the Frog a Disney character?
Did they take over all the Muppets?
I don't...
Because they do not have Sesame Street, I don't think. HBO does.
I thought Muppets were Disney. Because Kermit the Frog would be a great one for the Packers.
Hey ho, go Pack, go.
Someday we'll find it.
I'll do the Love to Golden connection. I will fact check that. It's funny how this became. I'm not proud of how obsessed I became about this, but I enjoyed being obsessed about this.
I mean, if Kermit the Frog or Big Bird are in play, I like both of those. Big Bird should be the Arizona Cardinals if in play.
Certain Big Bird is not. Yeah.
Kermit would be a great one for the Packers if he is Disney property. I don't know if that's true or not.
I will fact check that, and we will wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks in a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, by UW Credit Union, and by Events by Design.
As a homeowner, I know how easy it is to put off maintenance projects. Hey, it's Jen Latta here, and one thing I've learned from working with 2-Day Painting is that preventative maintenance is almost always less expensive than major repairs later. Whether it's exterior painting, carpentry repairs, or preparing your home for another Wisconsin winter, the team at 2-Day Painting can help. Don't wait until small problems become costly ones. Ask about their free touch-ups for life and schedule your free estimate today at 2daypainting.com. That's 2daypainting.com, and tell them Jen sent you.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Some Sundays, the plan is no plan. Blinds down, game on, phone across the room. You know what? A little couch gating. The best seat in the house and the line of the fridge is pretty short. And in that fridge, Yingling Flight, the next generation of light beer. 95 calories, just 2.6 grams of carbs, all the flavor, so you can settle in for the early game and the late game. Flight keeps up. Yingling Flight, the next generation of light beer. DJ Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Every day, teachers and support staff step up, give their all, and make a difference for students. It's a great time to say thank you. I'm Peggy Wirtz-Olson, teacher and president of the Wisconsin Education Association Council. We are teaming up with the Badgers to recognize educators who reach, teach, and inspire. Think of an educator who changed your life and tell us their story. Visit weac.org and help us celebrate the professionals who power Wisconsin's public schools.
Pickleball is America's fastest growing sport, and those courts aren't going to build themselves. Good thing PLM Paving and Concrete has been building courts long before pickleball was cool. For 60 years, PLM has been Wisconsin's trusted paving partner. Did you know for the last 15 years they've been building tennis, basketball, and pickleball courts too? Now that expertise has an official name, America's Sports Construction. Thinking about adding or resurfacing a court or have any pavement maintenance needs? Don't wait. Wisconsin's construction season is running out. Visit plmpaving.com/sports.
What if one place could bring your whole family together? At the Wisconsin Country Club, it's more than just golf. It's summer days by the pool, pickleball and tennis with friends, a full fitness center, and kids programs they'll actually look forward to. No more juggling schedules across town, no more multiple memberships. Just one place where everything and everyone comes together. From casual dinners to year-round experiences, this is where your family wants to be. The Wisconsin Country Club, more than a club, it's your home away from home. Schedule a tour for you and your family today and mention Good Karma for exclusive promotions.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Loziga. Every morning, I talk about traffic backups and slowdowns around Milwaukee. At Sewer Ninjas, they help homeowners avoid a different kind of backup, a sewer backup. Sewer Ninjas is a Wisconsin family-owned company specializing in sewer camera inspections, drain cleaning, and trenchless repairs that can often be completed without tearing up your yard. Their goal is simple: find problems early and help homeowners avoid costly surprises. Learn more at sewerninjas.com. That's sewerninjas.com.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Packers going through their penultimate practice, walkthrough day tomorrow, I believe, and then their final practice. So if you haven't made it up here for training camp, and you're not making it today, your last shot is Wednesday with the Arizona Cardinals and the joint practice for that. Right now, the number 2 offense is on the field with Tyrod Taylor under center. And as much as we enjoyed our conversation about Kyle McCord, and as much as he's done some very good things that are encouraging, Tyrod Taylor is going to be the backup quarterback for this team this year. $700,000 guarantee in his contract, proven experience at age 37. But Kyle McCord has made himself a story, just the opposite of what Jordan Morgan has done, right? He's made himself a non-story because of the way he's played at left tackle. So it'll be interesting to see. But Goody made the point last week when we talked to him that a lot of times you're more worried about your guys getting claimed than is actually realistic and how close they are to being claimed. But that could be different with Kyle McCord, who is getting ready to go in when the threes go in here momentarily. We've got a field goal attempt.
Oh boy.
For Trey Smack. I don't know if they're actually going to kick it. Oh, they are. And it is good. And it's really long. 50-some-ish yards. So
God,
there you go.
This dude is so good.
Just continues rolling. Exactly.
Have you ever, Jason, in your years covering the Green Bay Packers, seen a player flip a narrative in training camp quicker than Trey Smack has?
It has definitely been a huge pendulum swing for him, because we've gone from Matt LaFleur asking the officials to not signal whether the ball goes through the uprights or not, to him being money. He's about to kick a much shorter field goal here. And again, even I think Tausch made the point earlier, and it was a good one. Like, if he misses this kick right here, no one's going to be like, oh my God, missed a 33-yarder.
Doesn't matter
right?
anymore. Yep.
I mean, your question is a really good one, and I can't think off the top of my head of a guy that, and I think he might have just missed that one. I can't think of a guy who has flipped the narrative that quickly. And again, just a reminder, and I'm not down on Trey Smack, but the narrative can flip back too. That's the unfortunate reality for kickers. And sometimes people have been patient with kickers who are struggling, like Ted Thompson with Mason Crosby. And other times they're not, like Goody with the Narv dog. All right, that's it for us today. We'll hopefully have Tausch for a full show tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see. But thanks for coming along for the ride with us. Great job, Jesse. We'll do it again tomorrow. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Calling all